ended up talking to Scott about Lolitas the next day.
Oh no, I didn't. I should have. I forgot to message him.
Do you have any viewers? I'm gonna stop Josh. Hey, I know these two guys that are with me who are social media feeds and I'm not posted it, but we're casting some pod right now if you want to watch. Daisy. Alright.
Fuck. I hate when this happens. It won't post the link sometimes. So, URL.
Cause it's unnatural.
Yeah.
Bad Alexis and kids didn't feel like hanging out in this direction, you know. Dropping hints. I'm just fucking with you. Sort of. If Rick was bad, I'd really be flicking the bean.
He's Mexican, Ben. Alright, I think we're
Wow, it's actually finished.
ready to go. See? God damn it! It's not working.
I don't know what happened there.
Okay. Alright. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, the post went up on. Here we go. Now let's check Twitch. See if everything's going.
No secret for me, Daisy. I know you hid your carrot.
She hit her carrot.
She took her carrot in the room.
Says it's offline.
It says it's offline.
Hi, Daisy.
Jump on my stuff.
No.
Come on.
Daisy.
Here, look at all that goodness.
Says offline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Daisy butt.
Did you change your controller
Daisy,
back
lie
to
down. I don't think so, but you can double check. Lie down.
How would I do that?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Change the controller to what?
If I made it so that it's going to shut off every little bit.
Oh.
It says wrong here.
Daisy, don't do that. Lie down. Shut up.
Hush it.
No, it says do not turn off. Set the time until controllers shut off, do not turn off.
You can smell me?
It's a metro.
Okay. Wait, yeah. It says offline. We should be going.
Lie down. Lie down.
The mobile side, it always switches to the mobile side. I hate that. So let me see what's over here.
Hey, you put yourself there. You either want to be there or you don't. Come here. Jump. 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 Jump.
Crisscross, make you jump.
You can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, let's do this then.
I'll leave it streaming, so what we want to do.
Alright. Yeah, there we go. Just drop the phone on the floor.
That's
Phone anyway.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had it on my lap the other day and I sat up last night I sat up and I hear a noise and I look down, I'm like, oh, there's my phone. Battery just came out. Back cover's off.
Who gives a shit?
I finished what I got up to do, then came and put the phone back together.
Yep. Alright. Are we ready?
Oh, I guess so.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Some Shit We Like, episode number 162.
It says it right there.
Well, I know it says it there, but it's for the audio listeners.
I thought Mike was saying that in case you just didn't remember the number. So,
Yeah.
hey, in case you don't know,
Oh,
cue card.
got it. Yeah, because I always forget.
Cue card.
Cue cards.
That's what you should do is put cue cards on the screen.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we are recording in Studio A 2.0.
I'm just Studio A.
Studio A, son. And we are all drinking a beer today.
Today we are drinking.
We're drinking Hell or High Watermelon from 21st Amendment Brewery out of San Francisco.
Brewery.
Home of the San Francisco Giants, who the person to the right of me is a fan. I guess it's the last three.
Although I'm wearing my Angels hat because.
That's why I was telling you to flip it, because if we want to reference each other, it'll be. Bryce just said to my right, but on the screen, it's to the left.
Well,
because
I
you
corrected
flipped
it.
I know.
that.
You shouldn't have to do that then.
I shouldn't have to do
What?
that.
Flip it. Bam!
See,
Done.
Mr. Executive Producer over here has the power to fix shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh, even better because then it kind of has my face.
And there's Daisy.
Hey, look.
Daisy
there's
dog.
Little Miss Daisy, you're on.
So if you're listening to this audio podcast, you might want to go to youtube.com/SS Some Shit We Like.
YouTube.com/we don't know yet.
Some Shit We Like.
YouTube.com/flicking the bean. Home of a future show of the
Flicking
SSWL.
the bean.
Because what we're going to do is when we live stream, I'm going to go, it automatically uploads it to YouTube.
That's cool.
I actually do think that's a good name for a podcast. It's like, instead of twiddling your thumbs, you're flicking the bean. Like, it's the
Boom.
best.
Nope. It's a coffee podcast.
What?
It's a coffee podcast.
Yeah.
There you go.
Coffee podcast. I don't know shit about coffee.
Right.
That's the point. That's the point. So we're gonna get you to drink coffee, number one. And number two, you're gonna do honest coffee reviews as somebody who doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah.
It's the best way.
Review number 1. Review number 2. Review number 3.
I bet
Fake in the toilet.
I bet we could find a coffee that you like.
Mhm.
I bet
Oh,
we
I'm
could.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's it. That's the
With an 8:1 coffee ratio.
patent
Coffee
pending.
lover.
Patent pending. That is gonna be legit happen. Flicking the bean.
God, this is so perfect.
Either that or we could just fucking make Mexican food on flicking the beer, right?
You want that's it. And like your review system, you want to flick it, you want to drink it, then you fucking we flick it, it's gone. But yeah, that's a good idea. Boom, done and done.
Alright, so today we have reviews, I believe.
Today we have a show where we're going to talk about stuff. We haven't recorded for what, a week now? It's been a week.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks since you guys got a new
Well,
episode.
we saw a movie together. What did we see?
What did you guys see?
Oh, Age of Ultron. No, we talked about that already.
talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
saw that.
Did we see anything else?
No, you don't see things with me anymore. You go into YouTube space and see Insidious 3 without me.
I did see
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
by himself.
I know. I'm proud of myself,
I'm
but
not.
I
He's
have
terrible.
to.
I heard it in his voice.
I have to thank Bryce. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone by myself. I'm almost to the point of being desensitized to
Horror movies.
horror movies.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
So after this, we're gonna watch The Exorcist, right? I don't think Ben is gonna hang out with you.
I don't think I'll go that far yet,
We'll get there. We'll get
but
there.
we'll get there. I think probably by next year, I'd say I'd watch it.
Okay.
Probably. Key word.
And then you'll never hear from Rick again.
Key
You'll
word.
never hear from Rick again.
Maybe I'll watch it. See what else is there.
Well, you've seen it though, right?
The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, we talked about it
I
already.
saw it in the anniversary edition in theaters.
I saw that
Oh,
in theaters too.
Yeah.
We saw that in theaters, and then like when you're talking about when it got brought back in the
Re-release,
theaters,
yeah.
we got kicked out. We were too young to see it. We got in. I think my parents bought us the tickets,
Nice.
and then we got kicked out. I was kind of pissed, but oh well, it happens.
I had an incident at the theater we go to in Uptown here once. Not an incident. It was there just being stupid. So.
Was that guy a kid or?
Yeah, I was
Last week.
17.
Last week.
I was 6, 7. No, you know what? Yeah, I was 17. I wasn't quite 18. I don't think.
All right.
So I go and I watch. I went to go see South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Mm-hmm.
And I took Ben. Speaking of the Bean,
Like in the bean.
right? Who was 14 at the time.
See, that's the Ben podcast.
So,
like in the bean.
Yeah, so he was like 14, and like, so they sell me fucking 2 tickets, even though they see my little brother next to me for South Park. And then a week later, like literally a week later, I went to go see a movie with friends, and they wouldn't sell us tickets because we weren't 18. But it was the same fucking person that had just sold me 2 tickets for South Park, which is a rated R movie for 2 underage people. I don't remember what the movie was we were gonna see. I was gonna. When did American Pie come out?
Which the first,
first
one?
one, yeah.
Like
Probably
probably like
97.
99.
And then it might have been that. Because it was the summer between junior and senior year, I believe.
That's probably.
So summer of
99,
'99.
Yeah.
Summer of '99. We went to see South Park, and I took fucking Ben to see South Park, and he's like, "Oh god, that was amazing." And then a week later, I went to go
99,
see.
I was right.
I went to go see American Pie, and they're like, "No, we're not gonna sell you tickets." Like, well, fuck you! What do you just sold me tickets. And I talked to the manager and stuff, and then a friend of mine was working. I was like, "Yo, that person's an asshole," and he was like, "Yeah." The manager apologized and gave me 2 free passes to any movie, age permitting.
Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird though. I don't even we weren't misbehaving in the theater from what I remember. Like the movie had started, we were in there, like we were already in, but someone came in and just started like flashing lights at people and
Really?
just thought.
Did they check IDs? Is that what they did?
I mean, it had already started. Like we were like 40 minutes into the movie, you know, like it was. I don't
They
know.
kicked you out?
Yeah, we got kicked out. So it's crazy. I've gotten kicked out of quite a few things in my lifetime.
I've gotten kicked out once.
I almost got kicked out of Toy Story 2.
How did you get kicked out of Toy Story 2?
Uptown
Whittier.
Whittier again. So we may or may have not left school. I think this was maybe right at the end of school, maybe. We may or may have not left school early to go watch Toy Story 2, me and a couple of friends. And so this particular group of friends I had, one of the movies we used to watch all the time together was Biodome. And there's a scene in Biodome where after the scientist flips out, he's got the parrot, and the parrot repeats, "I am God." And then you see him later, he's wearing like a fucking parrot feathered crown, and he goes, he's eating chicken, and he's going, "No, I am God." And like, so it's just this funny thing where like, we were in there watching the movie, not causing any problems, but enjoying the movie because Toy Story 2 is fucking dope. And I guess somebody complained because we were being too loud. And so Usher came in and was like, "Hey, you guys are being too loud." And I was like, no, we're not. We're enjoying the movie, dude. Like,
It's sad that you say it. Because the way you said it was Usher came and I was like, what? He performed to make me wanna?
And so I was like, we're just enjoying the movie. Like, who would complain about people laughing at jokes in this movie? That's bullshit. So you can leave now. And he's like, don't talk to me that way or I'll not kick you out. I was like, look, don't tell me or us what to do. And my friend goes, yeah, don't tell us what to do. And the guy got all jumpy because there was 3 of us and 1 of him. So he turned around and started walking away. And he was mumbling as he walked away. And my friend Angel goes, yeah, don't tell us what to do. You're not God. I'm God. And then he turns around, what did you just say? And he goes, nothing. And so he was all pissed and got all flustered and walked away. And it was just real funny because we had just watched Biodome. And then came and he was like, yeah, fuck you. You're not God. I'm God.
So you didn't get kicked out?
No, we almost got kicked out. I've never been...
For laughing too loud?
I guess we weren't, like, maybe I'm remembering it wrong because I was an idiot then and whatever, but no, we genuinely wanted to go see Toy Story 2. We went and watched Toy Story 2, and we enjoyed the movie. We weren't being assholes. Like, if we were being assholes, I'd have been like, you guys know me. I'd have been like, yeah, we're being assholes. Sorry for being assholes. Even when I was younger, I was always like that. I was like, alright, I'm being an asshole. But we weren't. We were just enjoying the fucking movie.
That's funny. You said you got kicked out of stuff?
I got kicked out of a movie, AMC 20.
No?
Well, I don't want to say that, but yeah.
Well, who cares?
Me and my old friend.
Rick Weasel goes to Boardwalk AMC.
He hasn't been there in years. Go ahead.
Me and my old friend Brian went to go see one movie, and then like, why don't we just go sneak into another movie? Because it was like, there was like really, and this was probably the mistake, because there wasn't really that many people there.
Yeah.
And we went to sneak into Varsity Blues.
Yeah, nice.
You got kicked out?
And we were just waiting, we were just waiting for the right moment. So we left the bathroom, and we started walking towards the bathroom. And then this was on me because I'm Mr. Goody Two Shoes. I had second thoughts. Like, I don't know, man. Straight it up.
I don't know, guys, but
we're under 17. Like, just come on.
I don't know if this is appropriate for my innocent mind.
That wasn't bad. I was just afraid of getting caught. And so he's like, fine, I'm going in. He goes. And then there was already someone in there waiting for him. And it's just out of the theater.
I can't imagine, like, I don't know how that happened to you guys. Like you said, there weren't many people in there, but it seems like I think we could easily right now go see a movie and go see 2 more right afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard.
You know, I never did that.
It's a moral decision.
I've never done that.
I think I might have done it. No, you know what? Maybe I haven't. Because, like, I was going through a period where...
you were like,
where,
fuck
no, where Brian and lady friend, we were seeing movies, and sometimes we were seeing... There was times where, like, it was a few years ago, it was post-college, there was sometimes where there was, like, 3 movies that were coming out on a weekend that we wanted to see, and we would legitimately, like, okay, well, let's see the first one. Oh, here's a little break in between where you can go eat. Let's see the next one, then we'll go see the next one. And we fucking legitimately bought the tickets for all 3 movies. So, I've only been kicked out of one movie, and it was The Exorcist, but I've been kicked out of Disneyland before getting in, and I got banned from using the water slide at a Hawaiian resort.
That's funny.
I could tell both stories if you guys would like, but we don't have
If you want to.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Which one would you like to hear first?
Water slide.
Okay, so...
Wait, which one's better? Tell them better one.
I mean, that
If I thought the water slide sounded like it would be better.
Well, it's not that... Okay, so... I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, it was probably one of the last times I went to Hawaii, and I was... probably like... Maybe 12 or 13. I don't think I maybe 12.
Look at that face.
Maybe 12 or so. I don't know.
Zippers down.
So anyways, we're at this resort in Hawaii, and you're at the pool every single day, and I ended up befriending someone because I saw him at the pool all the time, and he there all of a sudden kind of became this little bit of a crew that was at the pool every day.
How old were you?
Like maybe 12 or 13.
Oh, that happens. Yeah, that happens real quick.
It was like this crew, and this is like, I don't want to say it's it's children's paradise because this is adult fucking paradise.
Was Powered by Kanye West playing when you guys were walking into the
No,
fucking pool area?
no, but it should have. But this pool area was so fucking dope. Like, so they had 2 water slides, like what you're gonna see at a water park water slide. They had a water elevator, which basically what the water elevator was is you swim into this sort of cave-like thing, and there's like this wooden round thing that's like an inner tube, but it's not like it's something you see on a ship or something. And you sit on that, and then the water rises, and it takes you up, and you can get up, and you can pick which water slide you want to go to. Then they had a bunch of mini slides that lead to a bunch of mini pools that you go down these 6 or 7 small slides, and it takes you into this rocky gorge, and you're in this little gorge, and it's crazy, and the water's darker, there's all these rocks around you. You come out of the gorge, you're in blue water again, you look to your right. Not for me, because I wasn't of age, but there's a fucking water bar to the right of you. And then there's this other slide that was shorter, but it was really wide, and the water pressure going down it was insane. Because it was like you would hang on to it, and you're like, oh shit. Like, and I don't think I'm making it up or misremembering. I think it would still feel that way today. So I'd have a lot of fun on that slide too, because it was just so much pressure, and it was awesome. And you would crash down at the bottom of it, and there was all kinds of chaos, and it was cool. Then you keep going a little bit further along, and there was a Tarzan rope that you could use to swing into the fucking pool that I used for hours. Like this resort in Hawaii, like to this day, I'm sure is still awesome. Like I have the most fun at that pool. So anyways, we're having fun on the water slides and stuff, and the lines were long, and we started figuring. Like, oh, so you go up to wait in line for the water slide, and there's this little bridge that looks over the water slide at a point. And we started timing it out. Like, okay, so if someone passes under this bridge, we can count to like 20 or something, and we can jump off the bridge and onto the water slide. We did it for like 2 days, I would say.
Holy shit.
And we bypassed the line, and eventually, they kind of figured it out because there's a person at the top of the water slide talking into the walkie-talkie saying like, okay, just set someone down. The person at the bottom of the pool is saying, okay, they just showed up. And so what's happening is we're sitting here trying to time it, and here comes an extra person. And eventually they figured it out, and I had, because I thought it was so fucking cool, I had every single pool wristband that allowed me to do the pool that day on my wrist, and they came up and they snapped all of them off.
Oh no!
And I couldn't I was banned from the pool.
Was the whole crew banned?
Yeah, we all got caught.
We all got caught.
No, we all got caught.
That's funny.
So there's that. And then the Disneyland story isn't much. I just think it's funny because who the fuck gets kicked out of Disneyland before even getting into fucking Disneyland? Basically, it was my birthday. I got drunk with my grandma.
That's the best sentence ever. First off, that is the best sentence ever.
I got drunk with my grandma. We go to Disneyland.
Title of the podcast: I got drunk with my grandma.
We had passes, and we had already taken the tram, and we're off at downtown Disney or whatever. And I'm sure I've told you guys this story at least before you two. Maybe, I don't know. Brian's with us. Brian doesn't know or understand what it's like to be buzzed, remotely buzzed, or drunk or whatever.
Because he swells up like fucking.
And so he's sitting here harassing me, like sitting here like, you need to call. I'm like, Brian, I'm fine. Leave me alone. Like, just I was at the point where it's like, because I drink a lot. I drink too much, basically. Yeah. And I was at the point where you're kind of like, just don't touch me right now.
I might throw up on you. Just
leave me alone,
It's like that poop feeling.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Don't even breathe.
It is that poop.
Don't even breathe.
Oh, trust me, I've had those moments.
Not me, don't breathe. You don't fucking breathe.
Don't fucking breathe. Don't say a peep. I've had those moments for sure because I'm sitting here and I don't like going to the bathroom in public places. I can remember driving home with my parents from dinner and I'm like, oh god, I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I'm like, Dad, shut the radio off. Why?
Just do it.
Just do it. And he starts laughing. He starts like, will you stop laughing? Like, I don't need to hear any sound right now. I have to go to the bathroom. Just stop. And they're just holding in laughter. So yeah, it's exactly that. And so I'm trying to tell Brian, like, dude, just fucking leave me alone. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Stop it. He kept shaking me. I'm like, you need to fucking stop. And I'm not even going to pretend like, yeah, I was drunk for sure. But I think Brian turned it into a scene. More than it needed to be.
Okay.
That's my story. I'm sure Brian will refute that.
Right.
Lady friend will refute that. But, whatever. So, eventually, and this popped in my head because you were talking about how if you're being an asshole and someone confronts you about it, like, yeah, I'm probably being an asshole. The thing that's funny about it is someone, eventually security comes up to me like, we're just about to get to the part where you're exiting downtown Disney and getting to pick which park you're about to go into. I was right fucking there, home stretch. It was my birthday. It was when they were still doing Disneyland, like it's your birthday, you get it for free, or whatever the fuck happens. I had a pass, it didn't matter. And the guy stops me and he's like, you know, like he asked me, he's like, sir, like, are you on something? I was like, I'm gonna be honest, man. I've had a little bit too much to drink. Like that was my honest answer. And then that's when they sent me away. I didn't get to go to Disneyland.
That's terrible. Worst birthday ever. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been actually kicked out of anywhere that I can think of, movie or otherwise.
I mean, I tend to think that I was a good kid, but sometimes I look back on it, I'm like, I was a fucking shit asshole kid. Like, God, I got detention all the time. I got detention. This pissed me off because my other friend did it first, and I got fucking caught.
Of course.
There was ketchup packets on the ground.
Stomped on one.
Stomped on one and squirted. I stomped on one, squirted, and hit the fucking the recess monitor lady right on her fucking sweater, and it was done. Like you would have. I wish it was filmed because it was fucking amazing. It was like she had just been shot. Like I'm not even. It seriously was. It was so much ketchup too. I was amazed. Like it wasn't like she was as far away as yours. Like she was in that corner and it just fucking shot. I got detention for that.
That's funny. Rick, you strike me as you were a good kid that hung out with dumb people.
Dude, no, I hung out with bad people.
Dumb people.
Rick, from what I hear,
Bryce strikes me as the kind of kid that you hung out with that got you in trouble.
Yes.
And I'm the one that's
100%.
so we're basically the group of friends we had in high school, but way fucking cooler than that group of friends.
Yes.
Because Bryce is the act without thinking guy. I'm the instigator, and Rick's like, "Ooh, we really shouldn't do that," but I'm not gonna say nothing because they might call me a pussy.
Well, the only exception is Gabriel, my old roommate. Like me and him were pretty much on the same level, but like Michael and Brian and who else? I think there was someone else too. But those were the ones that were the instigators, and yeah.
But I
nothing bad on you, Michael, either. I mean, we're still buddies till now.
I joke with Rick because I hear some of his stories and stuff, and I feel like we should bag on Rick in the same way how Bam bags on his father. It's like, oh, you're gonna get in one of your old
I can tell you
Westchester Rumbles, because all he tells me about is his fights.
Chester Rumble.
Yeah, it's like a Chester Rumble, and so like, and I bring this up, like, Rick, you are the gentlest of giants I've ever fucking met. Like, you say all this stuff. That's why I gave you so much grief when you came back from New York and you like Ryan's like, Rick almost got into a fight. Like, he did not almost get into a fight.
I almost got into a fight.
And you're like, he makes it sound like he was the aggressor. I'm like, no!
Do you know why? You know why he's like that, right? Because when he's with us, he doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah, it's true, but it's just
well, the
it's so funny.
situation was.
Yeah.
I just can't picture. I can't.
It was the situation that made me want that I had to do something.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny.
It is pretty funny.
So that's how I feel like he's our fucking Phil.
Yep, he totally is.
The Chester Rumble, Bam Margera's dad. Bam like always, like Bam has the biggest fear. Maybe still does. Like he didn't want to become fat like his dad or whatever. And his dad didn't used to be as big as he was. And so Bam makes fun of his father like unnecessarily, like so much. And he used to just come up and just fucking beat the shit out of his dad.
Of that.
And he's like, does this remind you of your Chester Rumbles, you know? Because his dad talks about like how he used to be tough and he used to get in all these fights and stuff.
I was never tough.
And so it was that.
The favorite part is when he knocks the papers over.
Yeah.
He goes, how's that for a Chester Rumble?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, that's nothing. You're like, you see this window? This wouldn't even be here anymore. You'd be thrown.
So it's funny. So when I think that and thank you, that's what I think about.
Well, no. With my deal is like if I'm being an instigator, like I mean, you guys I know, but like if someone outside, like in high school, everyone wanted like to fight me just because how big I was.
Yeah.
You know. And I've only lost like one fight when I was in high school.
You hear this? Like I know, like
He's only been in one fight.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
No, I've been in a few. Trust me. I mean, but I tried to avoid it as much as possible because it's stupid. It's dumb.
You didn't have I'm honestly asking, like you didn't play even the smallest of roles in how these would get started. Honestly, it was like, look at this guy, he's big.
I don't
fight him.
Dude, you know how stupid people are. I don't think Rick did anything.
People.
Knowing Rick as long as I've known him,
especially in high school, people are fucking retarded.
No, I get it, man.
Even when I was in high school, I hated high school kids. Should I steal a line from Kevin Smith right now? Just tell me yes or no.
I mean, we do it all the time.
I mean, so now let's get the show started proper.
I thought you had something else to do with that.
This is a podcast where we talk about fucking blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
We've been talking for an hour already.
We talk about whatever the fuck we want to. So now you know. This is an intervention podcast. You know, we try to help Rick out with his past battles.
So Rick, how long have you been sober?
Yeah.
I actually haven't had a drink in a long time.
So before we get down and dirty, we like Rick to get down and dirty and tell us a sex story. So Rick.
Honestly, I haven't had a drink in probably about 3 months.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember the
That's
last
because we
time.
banned you from coming to San Diego with us.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
We did. He's gonna one time the craving's gonna be so bad. He's like, I'm gonna fucking go.
So,
I gotta have that fucking.
I got some news
cocaine."
for you, Bryce.
What?
On the way over here, he goes, so when's the next SoCal Pro show?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna go. I'm just asking.
What do you mean you're not gonna go?
Why would you ask then?
Just so I can plan out accordingly.
Okay.
You are ridiculous. Like you know you have fun when you go. You have fun with us and you have fun at Pizza Port. You I don't even want to.
And dare I say you have fun at the wrestling show?
The fun grew as I went.
That's what happens.
Like so don't play that. Don't play that. You can Mike and I joke. You can come whenever you want to, but don't even act like that. It's so. But like you've dragged me to so many things that I didn't necessarily want to go to. No, I'm just saying. You've dragged me to so many things that I can't say that I would have ever wanted to go to, but I still go. So if Mike and I ever honest say, Rick, just fucking come with us. Yeah, it's a wrestling show. We're gonna get
I've been to a
beer,
lot of SoCal
pizza,
pros.
You've been to 3.
I haven't been to.
You know how many fucking bands? No,
three.
fuck, no, you have not.
Yes, I have.
You've been to 3. You've been to 3.
I've been to at
You
least
have been
5.
to bullshit. No, you have not.
I would say maybe
At most
4.
5.
No.
Maybe 4.
I can tell you, the first time we went to Randy Jones, and then I think we went to Pizza Port twice afterwards.
Yep.
That's fucking it.
So 3?
Yes.
I feel like I've been more.
You've probably known. And
And
even
he
so,
went-
what does it matter? You know how many fucking Honey Pie, fucking New Limb, whatever concerts I went to with you? You don't hear me counting. You know, and I didn't get promised like awesome San Diego Mexican food and overall just good companionship and a good time. Because, you know, sometimes I gotta bring you out of your show. So, you know. With me, it's a guarantee. So don't even act like that's torture. You know you have fun and you know you like San Diego. Your body's missing it right now. You're looking old right now. You need a little San Diego in your life.
Rick's been working out, man. He's being serious about it, and I dig it.
Slowly.
That
okay,
DDP yoga.
I'm not gonna like be skinny like that.
Is that your goal to be skinny?
Well, lose at least a good 50, 60 pounds.
Just in the 4 days that he's been doing it, because it's only been 2 weeks, but so in the 4 days, I can already see like his flexibility and muscle control getting better.
Do the splits first right now, Ray.
I could never do.
You can never say never. God damn it!
So, alright, so the day we started, Bryce, like, you know, it's like, oh, you know, relax and bend down and do all this. Rick was like right here on day 1.
But see,
Right,
man,
like right here.
And don't take offense to this, Rick. Sometimes I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that's all I can do. But
Well, his back was hurting, so this is as far as he could go. Then last night, he was down here.
Well, that's good.
So he's already improved.
Keep your knees straight.
Yeah, he's already improved. Just in the 2 weeks.
I think flexibility is super. I think flexibility is super
It
important.
takes time.
I think flexibility is really important.
Yeah.
I always try to, you know, I always stretch after working out and stuff. Like I always want to be sure that I'm flexible.
So yeah, I'm
I
gonna.
hate the I don't want to ever feel stiff. You could be the skinniest person in the world, but if you have no fucking mobility, or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's the
like,
worst. I'm gonna slowly transition him to doing light weight stuff with just dumbbells that I have. We'll get there too. And then on next week, I'm gonna start the couch to 5K thing and try that out.
Oh, you're gonna do that? Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty fun. I looked into the app and stuff. I was like, everybody talks about this, and it seems to be cool. And
Well, what's the end game is just what that you're able to do it.
yeah.
Are you gonna try to actually run it?
Oh no. It's not for anything like that. It's just I hate running. I've always hated running. Anytime I ever did cardio at a gym, I didn't use a treadmill. I'd use an elliptical machine.
Yeah.
So-
Cardio sucks in general.
I like it, I just
like
wish
it.
there was something that I liked, like
Yeah.
an elliptical machine. So the Couch to 5K is like interval training to get you into running longer distances and all
Yeah.
that. So I'm gonna start that on Tuesday.
I do it, but I won't say that I like it because cardio is the thing where I'm sitting here constantly like, okay, I can't wait to be off of this thing. The stuff I don't mind doing is the weight stuff and the
Yeah.
machines. I don't mind that at all because that just
You never know by
it
looking
gets
at
boring.
me, but I enjoy working out. I really
Well, yeah.
do.
When I do cardio, I would always listen to that was my time to catch up on all the podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing you could do. You listen to podcasts and that's good because if you listen to music, you start timing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I stayed probably longer on treadmill because I wanted to finish the podcast.
Yeah,
So it
see,
kinda worked out for me.
I don't do it like the way I do stuff. Like I honestly, at the most, and this includes the cool down. The longest I stay on any kind of cardio machine is 15 minutes, and that's because I just can't handle being on it. Like not that I can't handle it, but I get bored. I don't want to be on it. But then I also jump rope, so like my cardio doesn't end there. I do other things, but I just don't like. I'm not ever going to be someone that's 45 minutes on a treadmill because I'd rather do other stuff.
Oh, dude, I'll do an hour on an elliptical machine.
See, I'd rather go hiking or something. I'd rather do something that's outside. So like, if I'm
So
gonna
on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, you should come with me and
I would
do
do
the
that.
Couch
All
to
you have to do is
5K.
ask. You can come here and we could fucking go ride the bikes.
Yeah.
Go ride bikes after we're done here if you
There are
want.
good trails around here, actually.
There's a fucking trail. You
Yeah.
literally go right out. There's a bike trail right here. I already rode
I
it.
need to get a fucking bike. Because
Or
there's
you can
that.
just come here and use these
Oh,
bikes.
but there's that sweet trail they have in Whittier that they took
That's
so long
another
to
good
make,
trail, yeah.
where
Yeah.
the tracks used to be. I want to ride that.
I remember
I'm gonna have to
that.
talk to Jay about where can I get a bike that will suit my needs. That's not gonna fucking break my non-existent bank. That's not gonna break my non-existent money bin because you know.
That you swim in,
Yeah.
every day. Like
Yeah.
Uncle Scrooge.
Jay knows what he's talking about with bikes and stuff. So. I'll have to
But you get what I
figure
mean,
that
though.
out.
Like I think it's just mundane and boring. So that's why it's like I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it because I want to do it.
I understand that, but I don't get that. Like I genuinely enjoy doing that stuff. Like it
feels good when it's done, and then I like to do jump roping.
I don't like when it's over because I feel like I'm not accomplishing anymore. Like the sense of constant motion gives me this amazing sense of I'm like I you know me and you've been to the gym with me, so you've seen the way I work out, and I do a lot of free weight and machine stuff to where I can get a total body workout when I go every time. But just standing there lifting my arms or lifting my legs or pushing something, I don't get as like a feeling of accomplishment as I do.
I guess I understand that because you might not work up as much of a sweat
Yeah.
doing that. So I understand that. So maybe I'd feel differently if I was overweight.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm overweight.
Or it's just called me overweight, guys.
No, I did not. Like I was trying to say, I'm just.
Maybe if I didn't feel different, I was fat like you guys.
That is not what
When
I
I
said.
weigh 110 pounds.
That's not what I said. That is not what I said, and you know it. But since I don't feel that way, I'd rather get it in,
Yeah.
and I do that. And I trust me, like I feel the same way. I want to work up a sweat, too, with certain things. But yeah, I'd rather like go hiking or something. Like I'll do the elliptical. I'll do some sort of cardio. There's so many different actually machines at the gym here. Like there's the elliptical. There's like a stride machine, which is actually one of the weirdest things I've ever been on. I should take you to the gym and have you just feel it because it's strange.
It's
like,
just a back and forth movement, right?
I'd have to take you to it. It's like an elliptical, but it's like you're going like
Oh.
this.
Oh, okay.
And you can't really go fast on it if you want to. And as you're doing it, you're like, is this really accomplishing the same thing as I did? And it's like, it fucking beats your ass, dude. So if I wanted to here, I could do a treadmill one day, I could do an elliptical. They have ellipticals where the arms move, they have them where they don't. They have bikes, they have the bikes that are where you're sitting like this, they have bikes where you're leaning back.
Yeah.
They have these stride machines, so I can vary it up. For me, it just has to be variation, But I like that too, like I like doing active stuff also. Going to the gym, is being active, but I would sit here and go and like maybe some people don't consider this a workout, but you're still doing something. I'd fucking go to the batting cages, or I would fucking go hiking, or like we got a little badminton set that's in that bag right there that we could set up at any park. Like I could bring that over with you and Alexis or whatever, and the net just goes right in the grass and sit here and like even that, like you're doing something, you're being active. I like stuff like that. So that's why I don't like to waste too much time on a cardio machine. I'll do it because I'm with you. If I go to the gym and literally just like do weights and stuff, I'll feel like, well, I feel like all I'm doing is defining muscle. I don't feel like I'm doing anything to lose weight. But, you know, and look, and you can see there's yoga mats there, so I got yoga mats too.
I noticed I was going to put them out.
Yeah. We just bought some new ones.
Yeah.
Well,
one isn't even open yet, and the other one's open. That's,
where'd you get them?
Amazon.
Yeah.
She's got a DVD called Yoga Burn. And, yeah, I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I've done it once, I think, with her in the past, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I think I could show you where it's at, somewhere around here. I don't know.
Yeah, Rick has fucking concrete in his room, so we had to get some thicker mats. So yesterday I ordered some thicker mats.
So anyways.
So,
talking about how the Giants almost blew it last night.
yeah, the rain.
They were up 11-5 when the delay started, Bryce. 11-5.
You guys need anything?
Yeah, Mountain Dew.
I'll take one too.
What happened? Who was pitching when they came back?
When they came back, Affel.
Affel was pitching? So he finished.
Affel finished the game,
Affel gave up 4 runs.
Really?
1 run before the delay and 3 runs after the delay, after they came back from the delay.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But I do have some news.
Uh-oh. Rick's trying to start the show for reals now.
I guess so.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to
No,
talk
what
about
about news? What about
it.
news?
He's saw the trailer for
He's
it.
had it for a while.
Did I?
but This is what she's got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guy's an asshole. Because he fucking beat your ass.
So what's your news, Rick?
Well, first off, we got the trailer for Supergirl.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that.
Did you watch that, by the way?
No, I didn't. And Rick sent it to me too. I haven't watched a lot of things that Rick has
I
sent.
like it. I liked it a lot.
Not only that, though, the pilot was leaked.
Yeah. The pilot was leaked.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on what? The torrent sites?
Yep. Well, here's the deal. Why people are saying it was leaked.
Did you watch it?
Because no, I didn't actually.
I haven't yet either. I want to watch it when it happens.
I kind of want to wait till when it comes up. That's a whole other thing. But first, let me just say that the reason why they said it was leaked is because there are no watermarks on it, and it's in full 1080p high res.
Okay.
And people find that kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
Usually, when something leaks, there's a watermark of some kind to track where it's at. That's probably the iPad. We're still streaming. Okay. There we go. All right. So yeah, there's usually a watermark or something like
Some
that.
kind of tell so they know who puts
So they
it
know
up
who
or
to-
whatever.
yeah. So anyways, this one didn't have any of that because in the past, from DC, Arrow I think was leaked, Flash was leaked, Constantine was leaked, but they all had their they had their watermark on it. So that's why people are thinking, well, because of those leaks, like especially with the Flash one, it got leaked, and a lot of people were talking about it because they saw it and talking about all the buzz, like, oh, this is a good pilot, it's got a good start for a spinoff. And I think that's why I feel, and a lot of other people feel, that it was leaked on purpose, so they can generate the buzz for it.
Yeah.
Because the trailer was either really good for some people or just very offensive.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people that didn't like it.
Because of the way how they portrayed it and how SNL just came out with that whole Black Widow skit.
Yeah, and so it's like wait a minute, like you want to sit here and complain that female characters aren't treated well in cinema or in any medium whatsoever. And I didn't watch that Black Widow skit from SNL, but like you can take any female character from any movie and make it seem like it's sexist or being talked down to. Like any woman, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just because that's the connotation people get in their heads right away.
Yeah.
This Supergirl teaser, it's like 8 minutes long. It's like getting you familiar with the characters before the show comes out, and like it really feels like Buffy meets Veronica Mars meets the New Adventures of Lois and Clark.
Oh wow, you nailed it there.
It's fucking dope, and I'm all in on it. It looks fun. It's got a sense of humor, and yeah, it's like a girl in the world trying to make her way, and it's like, okay, so what do you want her to be? Do you want her to just be? Do you already want her to be Supergirl, or do you want to see how she becomes Supergirl? You know what I mean? Like, fuck all this empowerment shit. Like, if you really want to empower any population on this planet, show people how they got there. They can't just be know all, be all, end all. You have to show how they got to that point, or else there's no emotion and there's no fucking point.
It's also shown in the trailer too that she's still adjusting to her powers as well. Because like obviously in the trailer too, Superman exists in that.
They reference him all the fucking time.
They reference him for sure, and Jimmy Olsen's in it.
Yeah.
Which really I think is way too good looking to be Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, for real, right?
Like come on, Jimmy Olsen. No.
He's like a miniature version of The Rock. Like he's this really good looking dude. It's like.
That's the character's name, or that's
Jimmy Olsen.
Well, they're calling him James Olsen.
James. He's not Jimmy. He's James
Alright.
Olsen. So he's even got a more grown-up adult name. Yeah.
But
you used to watch New Adventures of Lois and Clark, right? We've talked about this before.
Yeah, somewhat. I did.
Dean Cain.
I wasn't a regular, but I watched enough of it.
That was such a dope show. God, I love that show.
Terry Hatcher, right?
Terry Hatcher, yeah.
Dean Cain, I will say to this day, Dean Cain is my favorite Superman and slash Clark Kent. He nailed both of those roles so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing. So yeah, they make reference to Superman and the Daily Planet and James Olsen and all this stuff, and it's not like this was some show that, well, let's just make it a Supergirl show. Like they are actually treating the property with some kind of respect.
I mean, the only way I could see that as offensive if she was Supergirl. Because that was kind of portraying to.
Yeah, then she's still acting like the way Buffy. You know?
Yeah.
And like people say, oh, she's acting less than or damsel in distress and doesn't know what to do and is conflicted, and it's like.
She's a girl that kicks ass.
What's wrong with that? Like I said, it's not about the destination with characters. That's what people have problems with. In this world of like fucking instant gratification, like, it's not the destination, man. It's the journey. How did she become Supergirl? That's what made that Tomb Raider game that came out a couple years ago so fucking popular. Because every Tomb Raider game, Lara Croft had fucking dual wielding pistols and was this awesome treasure hunter, and everybody knew who she was. And in the game, the quote reboot that came out a couple years ago, it shows you how she got to that point. And I know people will say, oh no, it was just, it's a few hours at the beginning of the game and then she's Wonder Woman already. And it's like, yeah, but if you pay attention to the story beats and the dialogue in those first 3 or 4 hours, you see how she gets there. And those are always more compelling stories than, here's a fucking superhero, check this shit out, they're bulletproof and 10 feet tall and super strong. It's just, that is offensive to me when people say, oh, you can't be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable or nobody's going to identify with you.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a much better Smallville-esque show than Smallville was.
Yeah.
And Smallville was good until like
Smallville
the fourth
was good
season.
for the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think
You
it was
think
like
it's going to be better than Smallville because she's a girl and girls tend to be smaller and you sex
No, it's because the content just went fucking down the tube is why.
Well, yeah, the problem was they had this super boner about not letting him be Superman.
Yeah, they didn't want him to wear the cape. He didn't fly until like the last few episodes or something like
He
that.
fell with style a lot, but he never flew.
Yeah, but when he did fly, he was infected by the red kryptonite or something like that. So it was kind of stupid. Like he consciously never flew as Clark Kent until the end.
Until the last frame of the last episode of
like,
the 10th season.
I'm not gonna wait that fucking long.
Yeah. So
not only that, all the bad guys were affected by meteors. Like you can only pull that for so long.
So I think this show's gonna be really fun. I hope it does well because it looks really cool, man.
Yeah, it definitely does. And this is done by the same showrunner and producers of Arrow and Flash. So we might get a crossover, which I think might be nice. And in Arrow, they just introduced Coast City, which is the hometown of Green Lantern.
Okay.
I know this is going all over your head. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
So the crazy thing about this is, like, this isn't a fucking CW show. Like, this isn't
It's on CBS, right?
Yeah, this is a fucking network show. Like, CBS is a station that no matter where you live,
You'll
probably
get
get it. Like, this is gonna be if the numbers aren't huge, they're going to shit can it so fast because of the reach that CBS has.
I think it's crazy. Like, it's been this way for a long time now, but it's crazy to me how much CBS has rehabbed their image. I mean, I remember growing up, and that was the channel that had the shitty sitcoms.
I called it the old people channel.
Yeah, like, no, there's nothing on it, and now everything's on.
CBS.
Like, they had How I Met Your Mother, they had Person of Interest.
Right, like, but before, yeah. Channel 2. Well, for us, Channel 2. But yeah, CBS. I mean, before, I remember that was like, I didn't watch anything on that channel. But that was also back in the day when NBC was top dog.
Yeah.
And NBC had Friends and Seinfeld and
I
Friends,
watched CBS only on Saturdays. Was it Saturdays? Walker Texas Ranger. Highlander that was Channel 2 also. It was CBS, right?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. They had like a good block of shows, man. On Saturdays, they were older people's shows for sure, but I used to watch them all the time.
I didn't start watching
Renegade,
Yeah.
Walker Texas Ranger,
Yeah.
Highlander.
Wait, was it Knight Rider?
Oh, that's going way back though.
No, Knight Rider was NBC.
Yeah.
But see, then I remember all those shows being in syndication on Channel 5, though, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, CBS, just I remember they were the small dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's Small Dog.
Yeah.
I'm
but
excited
yeah,
for Supergirl. It looks really good.
I'm
You should watch
tempted to download the pilot. I kind
I
of
don't want.
almost did last night.
When
but
is
I'm
it
like,
out?
no.
I don't know.
Wait, November.
November?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we gotta wait
Yeah.
for a long fucking time. So I don't want to watch it, like it, and then have to wait
Yeah. It looks
until
really
November
cool,
plus
man.
another
Yeah.
week for any more.
Just so there's no surprise, I might have to step out in a second
Okay.
to meet my.
Uh-huh.
Fine, then
Need
get the
somebody.
Mike and Rick show.
There just won't be long. We're exchanging vehicles.
But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think you'll like it. I think you'll really like it because it, like.
I think both of you need to watch Arrow. I think you guys will like it.
I want to. I need to.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to watch it.
You, Daredevil, Mike, Arrow.
I just
I need to
haven't-
watch both of those.
You've watched an episode in front of me, and I just haven't paid attention enough. So I
Arrow?
don't know. Yeah, you, definitely. What do you mean? When you lived here for the most part? Like, now you live with him.
So he lives in his own place.
He tries to play both sides. He tries to play both sides. He's like, yeah, I really want to be back in Orange County. That's what he tells me. He's like, you do it. Then he tells me, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go to Linwood permanently. I like it. And then he tells me how much he hates Linwood.
How close it is.
So it's funny.
He's just using me to get in shape so you find him more attractive. That's all.
Won't work.
Yeah, that's it.
You miss it. Raging Cadence are every Tuesday now, dude. Every Tuesday. Huh?
Yeah, I know.
So is anything that has your interest at all, or
What do you
the
mean?
Supergirl show? Like, are you interested at all in it?
No, he didn't watch
I didn't watch the trailer. I'd have to watch the trailer.
Okay.
Right now, like if you, to answer your question, no. I'd have to watch the trailer though.
I really think you'd like Daredevil, dude. It's.
I think I would have to sit down and
Yeah.
the same way that you not force me, but I wasn't gonna go see Thor, and then I saw Thor. Like I just don't have a desire to sit down and watch
I'm in
it.
love with Thor.
No, it's
You know what he's in love with right now? He's in love with Ice Zombie.
yeah, we've already discussed.
Yeah, no, I know. You tried to shut him up about it too. Why don't you just own it, Bryce?
That's fine. I like iZombie. It's a good show.
It's fine.
I was so surprised. I'm still surprised.
Why are you surprised? You like iZombie.
No, I know, I do. I'm just surprised you do. I don't know. I just didn't think it'd be something you'd watch on your own.
What are you looking at me for?
I got curious enough. You got me on Veronica Mars, so I checked that out.
What other news do we have?
The box office was very interesting last weekend. In what was
Was it?
number one and what was number two. It was very
was
surprising to me.
Really? I don't know that I'm surprised, but I guess I'm
Oh,
surprised.
we watched the movie.
Yeah.
That's right. We did watch the movie.
We were part of the people that made that movie number one that week. I was fucking shocked.
Pitch.
Because you thought Mad Max would definitely.
I thought just because all the buzz I had been hearing about Mad Max from people for like weeks leading up to its release, and then that Friday, I heard a whole bunch of good stuff about it, and I was like, wow, man, Mad Max is just gonna murder Pitch Perfect 2 at the box office this weekend. And other than that, there's really nothing else out that's even gonna compete. But I just thought it was gonna get fucking murdered. And
Well, even by murder, though, you just thought it was going to outdo them. Because you knew Pitch Perfect was going to do well.
Yes, but but I didn't think it was going to do Mad Max. I thought Mad Max was going to fucking completely clobber it.
I think that just goes to show, you know, Mad Max really hasn't been prominent in who knows how long, really, right? And yeah, you would think that maybe nostalgia would kick in for people and they'd get it, but it just shows how popular Pitch Perfect got. And how crazy.
Yeah, that movie got real popular on home video.
Yeah, it made more in 3 days than the whole first movie did in its entire run.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Yeah,
insane. I haven't seen Mad Max yet. I really want to see it.
Sure.
I've been kind of staying away from people talking about it because it was starting to get obnoxious to the point where I got to a point where I was like, well, I don't want to fucking see it because it's not going to be that for me because people just won't fucking shut up about it.
I just really don't know what to expect.
Well, I love the first three. Like, I love those movies. Growing up, they're movies I watched when I was probably way too young to watch them. And it was one of those things where I would go out of my way to find other movies like that. And I was telling you about one, Bryce. There's this awesome movie called The Blood of Gods. I think it's called The Blood of Heroes, maybe? Blood of Heroes, I think is what it is. And it's a post-apocalyptic movie also, but it's about a traveling sports team. They play a game that's similar to football, but you use like a fucking animal skull, and you have to put it on a stick, and it's kind of like on a field, like a football field.
Yeah.
It's a really dope movie. I haven't watched it in years, and it's not on Netflix.
Oh yeah, you were trying
unless you get the discs for the DVD. It's not streaming anywhere unless you pay. It's like $2.99 to rent on Google or $2.99 to rent on Amazon. So I'm thinking maybe later tonight I might watch it again because it's probably been I don't know.
So you're just
20 years.
Pay for it to watch that then?
Yeah. It's probably like 20 years since I watched that movie, maybe longer.
I mean, we don't hide this on the show. I remember you were trying to look for it when we came back from SoCal. That's what you were looking for. Did you try looking for a torrent?
No.
Okay. Just one.
I wanted to watch it legit. And it's like I said, it's a real obscure movie.
Yeah, I've never seen. Going back to Mad Max, I've actually never seen.
You haven't even seen Thunderdome? Like everybody's seen Thunderdome. You haven't seen it? Oh my god, you guys.
See, again, that's one of those things where if I have, I don't know what I don't remember. There's so many things that people tell me, oh, you haven't seen that, and maybe I just don't remember. Because I mean, I grew up the youngest child, so I'm sure there's lots of these things that I did see that I just probably didn't even realize I was watching them.
Right. Yeah, and you was a wrestling fan, man. Like, not a decade. I don't even say that. There's not 3 to 5 years that goes by where somebody is not ripping off wholesale something from Mad Max as a character or a gimmick or gear or something. There's never a time where you can look at wrestling and be like, well, there's no Mad Max ripoffs in this era of wrestling. There always is. Always.
What was that? This is totally unrelated, but like, what was that one thing that had the Dom triplets? Was that Battle Dome?
Battle Dome, yeah.
What was that show? That wasn't actually wrestling, was it?
No, it was American Gladiators meets wrestling. Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
All the Gladiators had super over-the-top characters. Terry Crews is the guy to start there.
God, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He played Team Money. Came out with an entourage of black people with him and came out to rap music and was a douchebag.
Yeah.
And he was, dude, I
remember Team Money.
I used to watch that show all the fucking time. I love that show.
I do too.
Yeah.
June 3rd.
What?
Entourage.
Yeah, Entourage June 3rd. You excited? We're like 2 weeks away.
I'm excited about this Monday.
Yeah. They're hosting Raw on Monday night.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. It's going to be weird. But
Has Stephen Amell?
Not yet. Not yet. He wants to. I know he's been talking about it, how he wants to.
And we don't really, I don't even know if they're hosting. They're just going to be on Raw. So
Well,
we'll see.
they call them the guest hosts.
Yeah.
But they'll be in like.
But did they
a
do that?
segment.
Did they do that in this commercial? I felt like they just said the cast of Entourage was going to be there. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Seemed like you were trying to spit something out for quite a while.
I probably don't remember.
Okay.
But I think it was a Mad Max thing I was mentioned earlier. But since we're on the movie subject, are we going to talk about Pitch Perfect?
Well, before you guys get into reviews, just out of curiosity, because two things just popped up for me, and I'm kind of surprised you haven't wanted to talk about it, though lately it seems like you just don't bring much news to the table, so I don't know. This is the second time I've seen the headline, it's not a shot. Like,
That's true.
This is the second time I've seen something like this, and I'm just surprised because you guys always tell me how I should read this and how excited you are for it. But now apparently Seth Rogen has now tweeted a second picture from
from Preacher.
Preacher?
From the Preacher
So I'm just sort of
set.
surprised.
Oh, did he? I haven't seen that.
They showed a little part of Ars's fat face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you've got to that character,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I don't want to say too much. But
Bryce
yeah.
has to read it. Yeah.
So that's all. I just wonder.
That's pretty cool. No, I didn't realize how deep into production they were on that thing.
I mean, do you like what you're
they're
seeing?
deep.
Do you like what you're
Yeah.
seeing, or is it not really much?
Oh, I
I'm
do,
looking at this
yeah,
picture
yeah.
and it just.
Yeah, I think they're in like week 2 or something.
Okay.
But I'm liking what he's posting because I follow him on Twitter and Instagram, and he's showing some pretty cool shots, especially on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to it. I still gotta finish it.
Yeah, I need to sit down to do that too.
And then, okay, you done with that?
Yeah.
Then my question to you is, you love Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
Did you just like that show? Because, do you like that show enough to where you're curious to see what the creator does next?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's got another show.
Right, that's what I
I don't know what it is or what it's about or anything.
It's called
like
The
that.
Bastard Executioner.
I'd watch that episode and
Yeah.
but see,
It's set in the Middle Ages. It's got someone named Lee Jones, Stephen Moyer from True Blood, Vampire Boo, and Katie Seagal is in it. And FX ordered a 10-episode season of the period drama. The synopsis: Executioner tells the story of a warrior knight in King Edward I's charge who is broken by the ravages of war and vows to lay down his sword, but then that violence finds him again. But when that violence finds him again, he is forced to pick up the bloodiest sword of all, Rick's dick. So
it's Sons of Anarchy in the Middle Ages.
yeah. So I just wondered, because I just didn't know, because I
Yeah, no,
got
I
that with
check
Breaking
that out.
Bad, where I was putting like Vince Gilligan, I'd be curious to see what he does next.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, I don't think that was just in a vacuum.
So after I got done finally finishing the final season of Sons of Anarchy, I watched. He was doing an after show thing too, because that's apparently the thing to do now, called Anarchy After or After Anarchy.
Yeah.
But I never watched it before because I was never concurrent. So after the last episode, I watched the last episode of the After Anarchy show, and he brought up doing the new show and stuff like that, but didn't really talk about it too much. But yeah, I didn't realize he was a writer on The Shield, which makes me want to go back, and I've never watched The Shield, and
I think you mentioned that on the Kevin Smith thing.
yeah, Jeff Kanata is one of these people who says The Shield is the best show ever.
You know who I remember always hearing talking about that too is Dave Scheer.
The Shield? Yeah.
Back in One Wrestling days, he would always sit here.
You all the way back then, yeah?
He was talking. He loved that show, and he used to always somehow he was tying into what was going on with Raw that week or Nitro that week, being why aren't things blah blah blah. I don't know.
What a tool. That's what he does even now. Yeah. But yeah, I'd be interested in going back and watching The Shield, because there's an actor that ended up in Sons of Anarchy that was a prominent character on The Shield, and I think this dude is a fucking fantastic actor. He's one of my new favorite actors, period, because of the work he did on that show. And so I'd be interested to go back and watch The Shield.
That's not on Netflix though, is it?
It might be.
Is it?
It might be.
Okay. I mean, I know it's available. If not, you can probably get it
I
on
don't think
Amazon
so.
for fairly cheap.
Yeah.
I think the show was Showtime?
The Shield?
Isn't it
No, it was FX. Was it FX also?
Pretty sure that was FX, yeah.
Oh, I thought it
No, that was not. It was
Well, I'm
definitely.
thinking of the Wire.
Yeah.
That on HBO.
Wire was HBO. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Shield was FX. yeah, it's just pretty nuts watching Sons of Anarchy kind of come to an end, and like it ended the way I knew it was gonna end, like 2 episodes in to the first season, and it's like again, it's one of those things.
Was it
where,
a good ending?
Oh yeah, it is amazing.
As long as you're satisfied.
Yep.
Nice full tummy.
Yep.
Alright.
There's no other way I would have wanted that show
Awesome.
to go. I mean, there's ways I would have wanted that character to go, like after, but knowing like it's like one of those things like I don't think you have to do this with every property, but it's like this is gonna be the end of a show, so give some kind of closure. Don't leave. I hate when shows leave things open ended and you don't get like a definitive answer about things, and I felt like I got that with this show, and there's not many shows I've watched that I feel like I get that. I feel like everybody always like, we could make a movie, and maybe we'll come back in 5 years and make another show. Who knows? Like, I'm so tired of that stuff. I don't want to.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of that.
Oh, did Dexter do that?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, fuck Dexter, because the way that he's a lumberjack now.
Oh, well, I thought there was a movie or something in the works.
For me, Dexter ends at season 4, which is John Lithgow.
He's in that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's after that.
Isn't John Lithgow's dad?
No. He's like
Tom's dad?
No, he's kind of like they do like a cat and mouse like mentor type of game.
Okay, I can remember. I've seen a few episodes of Dexter.
So yeah, I just I like the way it all wrapped up.
I believe his dad was the dad on.
I remember.
I had to be careful when I was talking about it right now.
Yeah, I was almost like, Rick, don't answer me. No, she's awake.
Oh.
That's
she was dreaming.
Yeah, she's alright.
Let's see. Any other news or anything? Anything about shows?
No, we can get to reviews.
Okay, go to reviews.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, watch what?
Pitch Perfect.
No, so I gotta leave.
You gotta go.
So. I'm gonna go.
Should we just wait then, or?
Let me just go to the door here and find
Because I
my
can
flashlight. Maybe I actually saw the movie I'm gonna go pee. I saw the movie.
Alright, good. So we can talk about it when he gets out.
Alright. So, Pitch Perfect came out
last week. So here's what I'm bummed about when we went to go see it. It was such a last minute decision. We missed all the fucking trailers. And it really bummed me out because that's my favorite part of going to the movies. Like, I know you'll be like, most people are like, oh, but you always talk about how you don't like watching trailers.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't. But I love watching trailers. But I don't like watching them. I like watching the first 1 or 2
like
for
the
something.
teaser or the first one,
Yeah, the teaser and then the first real trailer, and then after that, if it's something I want to watch, I don't want to see anymore. But if it's something I'm not sure about, I'll keep watching trailers to see if it pulls me in. But if it's something I know I want to watch just from the teaser or the initial trailer, I don't want to see anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't like watching trailers on the internet. I'd rather watch them in a theater because they change every week on the fucking internet. They have more footage and more of a story.
Trailers,
Yeah.
Red Band trailers.
And I'd rather just go to the theater and see what they feel is like their definitive trailer that's on before a movie and see that.
Yeah.
So.
What trailer?
Any trailer.
Just any trailer in general. We missed the trailers.
Yeah, we missed the trailers, completely. And, yeah.
You guys luckily walked in just in the nick of time. You didn't miss anything, really.
Yeah,
you beat them there.
Well, no, we all got there, we got our seats, and me and Alexis went out and grabbed snacks and stuff, because there was a trailer still playing. And,
I don't remember.
And so we ran out there, got snacks, ran back in, and we came in like as opening credits were rolling. So I was like, all right, this is cool. So you did go see it.
I saw it.
When did you see it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah. Wait. Wednesday, yeah.
So beat Mad Max in the box office. It's a really fun movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. There was a lot of the problems that a lot of modern sequels have now, but the fun, I laughed and enjoyed it more than I rolled my eyes or disliked things in it.
Because I know you were probably the most worried.
I didn't like it more than the first one though. I'll tell you that.
I'll agree with
but this is a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun.
I don't know if I want to say something. I don't know if I want to say anything is better or worse. Like, I mean, of course, I feel like the first one. The first one people are gonna hold up high because it was the first one, and it was, you know what I mean? Like that movie at the time was like, whoa, wow, like this is awesome. Mm-hmm. The second movie, I don't want to say, well, it was worse. I just felt like it was like, well, it was a continuation, and it's not gonna have the same effect. It's like the same thing that a lot of people have said, or that I've said too, about the Avengers and Age of Ultron. It's like, yeah, like maybe I had some issues with Age of Ultron, but like nothing's gonna hit in the same way that Avengers did.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like I can't say, I don't want to sit here and say, well, one's better than the other.
Well,
I'm leaning towards that way. But.
Then like I said, I like the first one better than I like the second one. I guess that's as far as I'll go. Saying what's better or worse. Like, who am I to judge technical merit, But
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first one more than I enjoyed the second one. But that being said, I really did like the second one a lot. There's some really funny, awesome stuff in that movie. I thought they were going to put a little too much cheese on the taco, so to speak, in this one, but they kind of didn't lose sight of what made that first movie so good. And one of the big fears I had was that it was just going to be, our head's so far up our own ass, let's make that movie go super over the top. Let's make it a caricature of the first one, and that tends to happen with comedies, especially lighter comedies like a movie like Pitch Perfect was. And that didn't happen. They kept their feet firmly planted on the ground and did not shove their heads up their own ass.
Yeah.
Which is something I really appreciated. What did you think, Bryce?
I think they handled it as well as they could have, because like I was excited for the movie. And I didn't have as many fears for it as you did. Cause I'm like, oh, there's stuff that they could do. I didn't know what they were going to do. But what they ended up doing is like, that's pretty perfect. Like, I think they handled it well. There's things that I would change. But that's why I just want to say, like, I feel like it's like, and this is going to sound bad, but I feel like it was more of the same. And it wasn't as novel the second time because it wasn't the first time. And that's why I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I like one more than the other. I will say something, when we get to it, I will say something I did like more than one or the other. But, yeah, like, I think I came out, I was hopeful. I'm like, this is going to be good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. And when it was over, I don't want to say relieved was the word, but I guess I was kind of relieved. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm relieved that turned out the way that it did. And, now I think it just needs to be done. I don't think they should do anything else. I think it ended as perfectly as it could.
But
I know I've already heard people, because they're already going to sit here and talk about the money.
It feels like they specifically set up for that at the end.
Well, in a way, yeah. But, yeah. Can the movie work that way, though? Because I've already heard some people say that they groomed that new chick to be Anna Kendrick.
Yep.
No more Anna Kendrick.
Yep. It becomes Glee at that point.
Yeah.
And I don't want
that might be where I step out.
Yep.
Where it's like, because for me,
but she was great. I liked her a lot.
Yeah, she was fine.
Good. The second she was fine.
But I don't think.
For me, the cast has a lot to do with it. It's not that I just want to sit here and watch a bunch of random people sing.
But that is a major part of the appeal of it for a lot of people.
It is. And but again, and I'm not saying I would refuse it, but right now on paper, that like I said, I'm happy where I exit stage left. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Did you like Bumper being in the old man group? I thought that was fucking.
That was
so good. So good.
I mean, here, I guess I'll talk. Let me talk about what I was disappointed in.
Okay.
I wish we got more troublemakers.
Yeah, but then this wasn't their story.
No, but I still wish we got more troublemakers.
The first one was more of an ensemble and less of a focus on this one group.
Right. But I wish we got more troublemakers. Like, we really only got one full-fledged performance out of them. Maybe two. Yeah. I also wish there was more music in the movie. And I also think that the finale of Pitch Perfect 2 does not even touch the finale of Pitch Perfect 1.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, because, like, I don't think it touches it. I couldn't wait. Like, here's where I was disappointed. Like, they pushed that fucking that's why I said the flashlight thing was right. They pushed that song on you so hard. And it's like, that's fine. But I thought that should have ended and died at the part where, okay, the producer liked it, they collaborated. That's done. Now I want to see Anna Kendrick do what brought her to the dance in the first movie, and I wanted to see that. And granted, I know she's the one that supposedly whipped the song into shape in the story, but it's like that, to me, that song did not need to be in the final number, and I didn't want it to be. I was sad. I felt like we did it, and then combine that with the fact that, you know, we got another repeat, and then fucking singing Pat Benatar, and it's like, we just heard her sing that to Bumper, and you incorporated that into your fucking finale too. Like, I remember watching the finale of the first one, the number, and I was like, this is fucking just epic. Like, where are they gonna go next? And I did not get that feeling once with this one. I kept waiting for it. I enjoyed it. I kept waiting for it.
I'm on the other side of this.
That's fine. No, that's fine. But I kept waiting for it, and it never came. And I felt like we should have gotten more of what Becca? Mm-hmm. What Becca did in the first movie for the finale, and we didn't get it. It's like, okay, Flashlight, I think that should have been its own thing. You did it, you told the story, now let me see
that
what
was the
does.
story of the movie, that's the problem.
That's your opinion. That's not my opinion. I don't think that was the story.
That's the setup for the whole movie, is setting her up to be, like you said, the new Becca, and the new lead of the group.
See, I didn't see it that way. Like, I don't think you guys could sit here and call that a fact when I didn't see it that way. I'm sure a lot of people didn't see it that way. Like, to me, she was the legacy. She was trying to fit in. She didn't always fit in. She kept trying to bring original music, and to me, it's like I don't want to watch the Bellas for original music.
Just the way that they I won't say foreshadowed, but the way they kind of kept nudging in that direction for the entire movie.
I mean,
that's all. Like, right away when she shows up, I was like, this is an awfully big introduction for a new character, and. Right away, I was like, okay, so I think I felt right away, okay, this is probably going to be a movie about her working her way up the ranks of the Bellas. And less about the Bellas' struggle.
Emilio Estevez leaves, and then he comes to sit up in the high stands. Where Anna Kendrick's going to be in the third one.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I didn't sit here and be like, okay, like, it seems like this is someone that's going to sort of take the place of Anna Kendrick. My first thought watching is because she's off busy with her internship, like, so this is someone that's going to maybe threaten her space. But at no point did I ever think that this girl was supposed to come in and it was supposed to be her story. And I still don't think it was her story. Like, I still don't really think she had a big role in the movie. Like, to me, she didn't. She was barely participated in the riff off. She fucked that up. You know, like, that was part of the story. Like, it wasn't like she came in and excelled and totally outclassed Becca. It was
That's
more.
The point.
It was more like she did something. This is my opinion, and I will fight both of you on it. Like,
but you're helping me make my point. Like,
I don't see that.
You're
saying the movie's about her. I don't think the movie's about her.
The movie.
I don't agree.
I think it's not all about her. I think there's 2 or 3 stories that have to take up the same amount of time and development in this movie. But at the end of the day, like, they end with her. Becca's struggling. This girl helps her. They help each other. They both elevate. They end with her song, and they end with her saying, "Here we go," and then it cuts to credits. Like that.
I don't think that's any more of a prominent story in the movie than Rebel Wilson ending up with Bumper, than Brittany Snow realizing that she needs to move on from her life. Like, I felt like it was just another cog in the wheel. I don't feel like that was overwhelmingly the prime story of the movie.
No. But when you get to the end,
I'm not disagreeing that they were priming that, but in my view, it was still like, okay, Becca can't write her own stuff. This girl can. They helped each other out. And then to me, that story was done with a ribbon on it when they collaborated, and that helped out Becca's career.
When that happened, I knew they're ending with that song.
For me, that was disappointing. I think that was disappointing.
I thought that final number was amazing. I like that song. So I'm one of these weird people that has emotional reactions to music and songs and the way things are used in movies. And a friend of ours, Amber, she told me about someone she knew who said, like, you know, I don't understand how people can get emotionally invested in fiction and things like music. I don't understand how you can get an emotional reaction to things like that. And she told him, if you can't have an emotional reaction to a type of art, I feel sorry for you. And it wasn't like said in a mean way. It was just, that's how she feels. And I feel that same way. And as much as I love the music in the first movie, especially in that final sequence, I had more of an emotional reaction to the way this one ended. with the music, the way the music.
See, in some ways, I feel like that could have more to do with that you already knew the characters. Like you knew the characters. You already had some investment into them.
But see, it's not just the character development; it's the music in general.
But see, you're getting me wrong in that, like, I'm not saying I didn't like that song. I just didn't feel like it should have been in the, like, I was sad that we essentially got, like, okay, we've heard this song throughout the whole movie, and now we're hearing fucking Pat Bennett again.
So my deal is, I think I'll start with Bryce on this one. I felt there was a well-balanced, well, maybe you don't agree with this, but I felt like there was a well-balanced story between the Legacy Girl
there's like 4 stories.
Through Anna Kendrick's story. So I never felt like one outshined the other. What I do feel like is that the actress playing, anytime she had her scenes, she just knocked it right out of the park. Yeah. And that's why, I don't know, I think maybe a lot of people like that or would see it as hers because of, I don't know, I just thought she did a fantastic job. But I think the story and how they handled all of the other stories as well were all well balanced.
Yeah, they were. And that was one of the things where, like, because there was a lot going on, at points it does feel like that movie jumps around a lot. And that was one of the only problems I had with it, was that it jumps around.
There was a few moments where I felt like they did jump around too much, but at the same time, it didn't really hinder me at all on it because like I said, I think it was a well balanced movie and it was a good movie. It's a great movie. With the finale doing the original song, I wouldn't have been, like, I kind of feel like how Bryce says, like, you know, like, they just kept shoving it down your throat. They could have just mentioned it, like, maybe 3 times, and, like, towards the, you know, once in the beginning, maybe twice in the middle. But, like, you see that coming towards the end, and that's the whole setup for the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I do want to see, like, Becca original mashup or whatever for the finale, because, like, the finale in the first one, nothing's going to top that. It was good. It was great. I liked it. But I'll agree with Bryce saying that it doesn't top the original. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was very, like, I connected with it. I thought it was great, especially, spoiler alerts, you know, what happens with the big reveal when the lights come out.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
And that's really what's like, all right, this is good. I like it. But yeah, I kind of feel like I do want to see that with the mashup of Becca's, but at the same time, I think if they would have done that, then you kind of have that, maybe you'd have that different reaction where like, oh, they're just going to do that, what they did in the first
I feel like if they did that, then, like, as a character, and as, like, the story goes, if it was just let's just do this, like, then her character learned nothing.
See, but I was looking at it again at 2 separate. Like, for me, the dilemma was like, fuck, how is she gonna create this awesome set to beat these Germans, and at the same time come up with an original song to impress the producer? Mm-hmm. She solved that by she collaborated with this girl who was able to do that. And to me, like I said, that story was done. You could have played Flashlight during the credits for all I cared. I just didn't think it needed to be in the ending number. Like, for me, my only disappointment with the movie is I felt like I wanted more. I felt like I wanted more songs, and I'm glad I didn't watch that many trailers because in some ways I feel like I would have had a lot of the songs ruined for me. Like, I was very, in some ways I was sad. It's like, you know, in some ways it felt like that during, like, the riff off, I almost wanted more because, like, they did that and it's like, okay, wow.
That felt short.
Well, it felt a little short, but the part that felt like they just put it on there was like, you know what, people are going to be upset if we don't have country music in here. And they put that on there, and at the end of it, that was the shortest riff-off segment, so it felt like it was a waste. Like, the country part was the shortest one. And it's like, there's so many other songs they could have done, so I think that's why I was sad that it's like, really, in the finale, I was waiting for them to hit me the way they did in the last one. Like, I remember watching the first one, and like I said, I felt like I was honestly on a ride. I didn't know where this was gonna go. I'm like, this is awesome. You know, like, it wasn't that surprising when "Don't Forget About Me" is in the finale. What's the song actually called? You know the song I'm talking about.
Yep.
Like, that didn't surprise me, but there was so much more in that finale that's like, okay, that felt like it was just sprinkled in there. But I think for me the disappointment was, I was like, really, they're going to end with Flashlight? You could have put that song in there, but I just didn't like that it ended with it. And then I didn't like that you just watched almost a whole version of Rebel Wilson singing "We Belong," and that's in the finale too.
But that was kind of sprinkled in, like the other songs were sprinkled in the first.
No, I
they sprinkled in.
But there
some
was
of the
two
songs.
in there that took prominence, and I feel like there wasn't enough of a mashup. I like the I think you're mishearing in that I didn't dislike the finale. I was just a little disappointed in it. You know, because I was like, okay.
No, I'm not mishearing. I was just like I said, I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
I felt like.
But I don't want you to think that I'm saying I didn't like the finale. I'm not saying that.
No, I know that.
I was just disappointed in it.
Yeah.
I expected more.
I fucking love what I
When
got.
the lights
That's
turned
good.
up,
I
that's when I
expected
liked it. Because that was surprising. I didn't expect that.
So do you want to hear what my most disappointing part of the movie was? It was that Katie Seagal didn't have a bigger role. Because when they announced,
She was good.
she was in for like 2 fucking minutes, like
Well,
not
she
even
was
2
in,
minutes.
she was-
It was like 30 seconds. It was like it was like the 45 seconds of the character intro that you see her, and then she's sitting down talking to her mom again later, and then you see her again for 2 seconds towards the end. So here's why I'm upset about that.
What?
Oh, I thought you said word something.
No.
Here's why it really bothered or bummed me out. It didn't bother me. It just bummed me out because when it got announced that she was going to be in the movie as the mother of a new Bella, I was like, oh, like I it's my own fault because I started writing the fucking script and I was like, oh, it's gonna be dope because Katie Seagal can fucking sing, and I only know this really because on Sons of Anarchy they play a lot of different arrangements of songs under scenes, and she sang a shitload of songs on that show, and she's got a great voice. So I immediately thought, oh, she's going to be like the fucking pageant mom that tries to take over and be aggressive, and so I thought there was going to be more of a comedic value to her and more singing from her and more screen time for her. And then I just kept waiting for it. And then when they show her at the end, like when the lights go up and that big reveal happens during the final performance, I was like, oh, that's it.
And it's just drowned out in a sea of others.
Yeah, and it just kind of bummed me
I
out.
was looking for Lana too because I know she's in there, but I missed her.
Is she in it?
She's in it.
Oh, okay,
she's
cool.
In that, she's on that last scene.
Yeah, I was just hoping that Katie Seagal would have a bigger
Yeah.
role because she can fucking sing and she's amazing, and I like part of the stuff she was in. I just wish she was in a lot more of it.
See, I like the movie. I have an easier time of talking about what I was disappointed in more than what I liked because I can list off everything that I liked.
I think that might be a case of it being a sequel. I think you could do that with any sequel.
It could be. I mean, I think the sequel was done well, but like I said, I wish we got more troublemakers. We barely got anything from her boyfriend because I like the troublemakers mashups almost as much as I like the Bart and Bella stuff.
Yeah.
Especially because in the first movie, theirs are way better. Like throughout the whole movie until the Bellas kill it at the end.
That's the story
point.
of that movie.
But I just wish we got more of them. There was something else I was gonna touch on too. I just wish there was more music. Like there's so many other songs that I feel like they could have done.
Oh, so yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say. I feel like we had what felt, even though I don't think it just felt like a lack of music because of the way it jumped around so much between those 4 stories. Like it was it was Becca and her job, the new girl and trying to fit in, Bumper and Amy, and Chloe. Like it was those 4 stories, and it never felt like it was, well, let's jump to this. It didn't feel formulaic the way they were jumping from story to story.
Yeah.
And they did a pretty decent job of kind of bringing all of them together at the end or towards the end. But it jumped around so much that when we did get music, you kind of felt like, well, this isn't going to last long because we're going to jump back to that other story here in 2 seconds anyway.
Yeah.
But I think there was a lot of music. It just wasn't as prominent. And so I think that's the difference between this movie and the first one. In the first movie, like, nobody knew any of these characters, like you said earlier. Like, I might enjoyed that finale a little bit more because I know the characters now. You didn't know the characters, and so what a lot of people latched onto was, the music. The music was so good. I love the different arrangements. I love the way they did things, and I think that's why this movie did so well. Judging by the theater we were in, people went for the fucking music, with the exception of one girl behind us who was fucking amazingly obnoxious. Like, it was one girl behind us that was.
I don't remember.
Rick, please, I don't remember. Like, she was the one that was going.
Oh, her, yeah.
And it was not during the music parts. It was like during the character stuff. And I was like, God damn it, this bitch is so annoying. But she's here for the right reasons. She loves these characters.
Yeah, she was there definitely for the characters. Because when that whole Bumper Amy thing happened,
alright, fucking spoilers. When they're sitting around the fucking campfire, and Amy goes, "Oh, just cuddle with my fiance Bumper."
That's when she lost
before the girls in the movie reacted, she goes, "Ah!" I was like, "Oh god, this is amazing." Like I'm glad I saw the movie in the theater with that girl, but I feel sorry for the people who had to be in the theater with that girl.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
So that's why I kind of sometimes don't like going on Friday nights.
I love it.
To movies.
Oh, I love it. It was pretty good.
So yeah, I like the movie. I mean, I feel like I wanted more Anna Kendrick though, like, because the big thing for me, and maybe for me, because in the first movie I didn't even know Anna Kendrick could sing. So I mean that was part of the. I think Rick was kind of the same way. Maybe you didn't know, but we saw the first movie and we're just like, this is crazy. I didn't know that she could do all this stuff, you know. And so, for me in the second movie, like I feel like we didn't get enough showcases of her voice. Like for me, one of the parts that gave me goosebumps was when she steps up and does the thing with Snoop Dogg and like did her Becca spin to it. And I'm just like, God damn it. Okay, I can't wait for the finale now. They just gave me a taste, and I feel like I just didn't get enough.
That Snoop Dogg scene was gold.
It was awesome. That's my problem. I feel like I guess, and what she brings to the balance, you know?
I think that might have to do with the fucking weird obsession / love we have for Anna Kendrick.
I mean, there's that, but still, like, I just wanted to see more of that, and I felt like we never, because in any performance you saw them, it was like there's the one and they fuck up, or it gets fucked up because her ass gets shown, like, you know, like, we only got teases of everything, and so when I was waiting for that really fucking good one, instead I just got two songs that felt like they were more prominent than anything else in the finale.
When fucking Fat Amy comes across that lake, man. Holy shit.
It's hilarious. Rebel Wilson, and like, say what you want of her, she's fucking, I literally look at her and just laugh. Like, she is so good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She was on, so I had saved a bunch of these episodes of The Tonight Show for after I saw the movie because I didn't want anything to be spoiled. It's a good thing I did. So the Rebel Wilson was on, and then Anna Kendrick was on. And Rebel Wilson didn't really spoil anything about the movie. It was really funny. Her appearance was great. Anna Kendrick, though, like 2 seconds into being on the couch, straight up gives away the cameo that's in the riff-off. And I guess I'll do the fucking Green Bay Packers.
Oh, the Green Bay Packers, yeah.
And so I turn around, and this happened like a week and a half before the movie, or the week before the movie came out. I turn around and look at Alexis, and I go, I'm fucking glad we didn't watch this till after. And she goes, I know, because she fucking talks about how they, like, the Green Bay Packers wanted to be in the fucking movie. Like, those guys that were in it wanted to be. It wasn't even a thing. Like, they had been posting videos of them lip syncing stuff from the first movie.
Yeah.
And the producers were like, maybe we should just call the Green Bay Packers and see if they want to be in the movie. And then, like, I don't know if she was joking or not. She probably wasn't. But she goes, you should have seen those guys off camera. Like, you get a beer or two in them, and they know the entire finale to the first movie.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she straight up just fucking, like,
Yeah.
sits down on the couch and is like, oh my god, the Green Bay Packers are in this movie. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? That was like a big reveal in the movie.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was. I had no idea either, so
That shit
I would
was-
have been disappointed.
God, they were so funny too. God,
They were hilarious.
So overall, I like when they start fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, I got nothing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So overall, like, I like the movie. There's a few parts where I guess I just felt like they left me wanting more, which I guess is good in a lot of ways. But I like, it probably will happen. I hope it doesn't. It's not confirmed. Like, I mean, they're talking about, but it's not confirmed. But I don't think there should be a Pitch Perfect 3 because, I really don't know where they could. The only way that they could do it again is, like you said, if it's basically an all new cast and with little cameos. To me, this movie could live on through, like, I think they have something with the riff-offs. Like, you could fucking release that shit on YouTube every few months if you wanted to. And that could be how you want to continue that world if you wanted to. Yeah. I'd rather see that than another full-fledged movie.
I think we're going to get more movies. I think the problem they're gonna run into is they're going to have to make the music the star of the show again, like it was in the first movie.
Yeah.
I want to see a spin-off called Producer Perfect, where Becca just produces music.
Yeah. But do you guys see that though? To me, there's money in those riff-offs. You know, like if you don't want to make another movie, you could easily every now and then just put out a 15-minute YouTube video of the Bellas competing.
Yeah, but
against
then,
someone.
but how do you monetize that? I mean, ad support on YouTube. And
Maybe
stuff,
you don't, but maybe just for fun. I'm just saying, like that's something I like to watch. You know, like
I enjoy stuff like that.
what?
The mic is on there.
Oh, that's fine.
I enjoy stuff like that. I don't know if it's like that's not what I go to the movie. You know, it's not what I went
That's
to
not
the
what I go to the movie for. But
And in the first movie, it was a nice,
Yeah.
a nice. Oh, that's cool. Nice surprise. The entire from minute one till it happened, I was like, right. So where are they gonna put this in? How are they gonna cram this in? How long? It's gonna be short because they're gonna put it in because they're gonna sit there and go, well, if we don't fucking do one of these in this movie, people might be upset. And how can we make it different? Oh, it's fucking called the Green Bay Packers. So like when they got the fucking invite, I was like, here it is. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there the whole time going, okay, it's gonna be similar jokes with different music. And then when they show the Green Bay Packers, I was like, okay, but you get one of those. You get one redo with a thing. Like then it's like, well, now who's the cameo in the next one? Like then it becomes the same thing. And unless they do something different to make you go, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, they get old fast. As good as they are, and as well arranged as the music can be, they get old fast in that context.
I think we have a completely different opinion on that because for me, the only thing that needs to be different are the songs. I don't think you need a cameo. It's just a competition.
That's what they're gonna.
That's it.
If that third movie gets made, I was gonna say when, but if that third movie gets made, that's what they're gonna trade on is the music.
Because I think you poll people about like what their favorite part of the first Pitch Perfect is, and I think a majority of people are gonna say the riff off. So that's why I think there's money in those riff offs. You know, like the performances are great, but the riff off I think is something that people go back and quote and think about. Like to me, when that happened in that movie, and all of a sudden she breaks out, I like Blackstreet, but she breaks out in No Diggity. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching right now? This is amazing. So I think they could easily like just continue to do that stuff.
Yeah, and so like again, like this one was like, well, what song that you don't expect she gonna what hip hop or R&B song she gonna break out into this time? And that didn't happen. Instead, it was here's the Green Bay Packers, and here's the Tone Hangers, and here's them trying to say that Tina Turner's banging John Mayer. And that was the joke of that one.
Yeah.
And like they just have to come up with keep it different. I don't think I would watch. I think in the context of a movie, I'd enjoy those more than if they were like you said, like just one-off YouTube videos here and there. But yeah, like I watch shit on YouTube all the time of people who do, song mashups or all vocal arrangements of songs. Like I watch that shit, and I used to watch a lot of that shit even before Pitch Perfect came out. Because I thought that shit was really cool.
She wants to get a new look.
She does.
Come on, Daisy. Here, let me help you, really.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. But for me, it's the songs. Like for me, it didn't even have to be Anna Kendrick has to come out with like what is she gonna shock us with? We already knew that. For me,
the microphone's right there.
I just like watching that. So, all right, I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. And like I said, I was definitely laughing and enjoying it more than I was cringing or rolling my eyes. But it did have those moments. It suffered from sequelitis, as I like to call it, where it was, well, how do we do this but do it again but make it different? And I feel like they kind of nailed that stuff.
I think they did a good way. Yeah, the way they handled the riff off was good.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny.
That was David Cross, wasn't it?
David Cross? Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see him.
I don't know. I think. So I didn't go to this movie for music or music per minute. So I wasn't upset with what felt like a lack of music. Because like I said,
it would have been nice to have more music, but I like the characters, so that's why it didn't really bother me.
Yeah, and I like the new girl.
Yeah, she's good. Like I said, she nailed like every scene she was in.
I didn't realize who it was. I was like, why does she look familiar?
Why does she look familiar?
I looked it up. She's in something else recently. I can't even remember her name right now, but she was in something. I can't remember. Fuck. But yeah, anyway. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, so as much as I liked it, I haven't seen Mad Max. I don't know if it should have been number 1 movie of the week. Like, I'm glad it was, but at the same time, I wish it wasn't, because now they'll probably just fast track a 3rd movie. They'll fast track a 3rd movie, and if they do, I don't think I'll go see it.
With Haley Steinfeld?
Yeah.
She was in True Grit. Ender's Game?
Yes, Ender's Game, that's what it was. She was really good in that too. She was in some other stuff too, but Ender's Game is what I recognized her from. But yeah, overall, like I said, super enjoyable movie. I think if you guys haven't seen it and you're listening to this, we kind of just told you about the entire movie, but go see it anyway, because it's a really fun movie to go watch. It's going to benefit from that right now. It's a really fun movie in a sea of like their quote summer blockbusters. If you've seen Age of Ultron 35 times already, which I don't think anybody has, because I've never heard. That's another thing we need to talk about when Bryce gets back, is I have never heard crickets after a Marvel movie release like I'm hearing now.
Crickets? In what
like,
way?
Every time a Marvel movie has come out until now, people don't fucking shut up about it for months. To the point where it's in theaters for fucking months. Since opening weekend, I haven't heard anybody say shit about Ultron. Like, with the other movies, I listen to a lot of podcasts with a lot of nerdy people who have a lot to say about comics and comics in movies.
The first Avengers had way more talk.
All that stuff. Not just Avengers. Everything. Everything. Thor, Guardians, fucking Kick-Ass, Scott Pilgrim. Everything has lasted longer in the conversation than Ultron has. And it's funny, man. Like, it's Marvel Studios has become the Call of Duty of movies. Like, everybody goes to see it, but then nobody wants to talk about it anymore. But they're all gonna go see it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just never heard it fade away so quickly. Because like even like I said, podcasts I listen to with people who love these movies and love the properties. They talked about it the week it came out, and that's it. Like when Guardians came out, I couldn't. You still can't go too far without somebody talking about fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's true, yeah.
And Ultron's not getting that treatment. And I feel like the farther away we get from the release of Ultron, the more negative people are getting about it. People who came away from it going, oh, I really liked the movie. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first Avengers, but nothing's gonna be because that movie was pretty perfect. Blah 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 blah. People who claim to really love Ultron, but not as much as everything else, are getting to a point 2-3 weeks later where they're like, it was a letdown and fucking blah blah. Like, the farther away we get from its release, the more negative reactions people are having to it. I'm sure.
But again,
It also just may be a case of people want something or need something to talk about, but in that case, like they always need something to talk about, and they always talk about the Marvel movies with such glowing fucking.
Well, I think with how much the news is coming out with and leaked photos and all this stuff, it's it's easy to move on quicker now than I think it was when I don't know.
I was gonna say, I guess, but I mean, Guardians was last summer.
Was that last?
Yeah, Winter Soldier was last spring, right? Was it right before summer, or was that count as a summer last year?
No, it was spring. Yeah. Yeah, because he kept calling it the Spring Soldier.
Yeah, and Thor. When did that come out? The second Thor.
That was in November.
The November before.
Yeah.
So even still, like those movies, people talked about those movies all the way up until the next releases.
Yeah.
And I just haven't heard anything about Ultron except for the initial week's reviews.
And I have been hearing people already talking shit on the new Captain America Civil War.
Already?
Yeah. But it's
not even being made yet. It's not even fucking being made.
Yeah, it's in production right now.
Those are already.
Yeah, there's been leaked photos and stuff like that. But here's the thing. It's starting to make me wonder, these people know what Civil War is, because here's what the argument is. There's too many superheroes in this.
Too many characters.
Yeah.
Okay, my back's gonna be to this for a second, but I'm gonna try and turn around so people can see this, because this is fucking adorable.
If you're listening to us, watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/
SSWL Network.
No, it's Some Shit We Like.
Oh, is it Some Shit We Like?
Yeah, it's Some Shit We
Some Shit We
Like on YouTube. We're just
YouTube, that's right.
Yeah, we're just spinning Daisy around the dog.
She's the best.
Our PA.
Oh no. Oh no.
She's
It's
getting
over.
comfortable.
It's over
You're
now.
stuck.
Yeah, I'm done. I am done.
She is comfortable. She has to lay down.
It's over.
Oh no, here comes Bryce.
It's over, Bryce.
She's up.
You guys already into the show?
No.
No.
It's over.
What?
Like he wanted to show Daisy off.
So yeah, I turned around to show Daisy. She put her paws on my forearm and laid down on me. It's over now.
Hey,
Oh, now Bryce is back.
Yeah, like, I don't know you
she
anymore.
does this to whoever's new that just comes in. That's what it is.
So
Jump.
one thing.
Jump.
No,
She will.
we don't have to jump. Okay. One thing we were talking about, or you were gone, I want to bring back up when you came back up was Avengers, Age of Ultron. What I said was, tell me if you agree with this, because like.
I was gone for 5 minutes.
5 minutes is a long time for
I
her.
think
Every other Marvel movie that has come out, every other comic book movie that has come out, has kind of lasted in the conversation for months and months and months and months and months. It's only 3 weeks out, maybe a month out since Ultron, right?
I agree with you already.
Nobody's fucking talking about it.
Yeah, no one.
And the farther we would get from the release, people who liked it at release and review are now talking about how fucking bad it was less than a month later.
Yep.
And and I said to Rick, I said, I think the Marvel movies now are the Call of Duty of movies, to where everybody's gonna watch them and like them the week they watch them, and then do nothing but talk shit until the next one comes out.
You have to be an idiot to not see it coming. I mean, it's so many fucking movies.
Yeah.
You know, you oversaturate the market. It's not that hard to forecast. It's really not that hard to forecast. It could be great. The best one to come out maybe has not even come out yet, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're oversaturating the market.
I feel like the best one to come out is a 2-parter, and it doesn't come out for a while.
So it's ridiculous.
Isn't
Oh, the last Age of Ultron movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, and not just not including Marvel. I mean, including Marvel and plus DC and any other superhero movies coming out. From now until 2019 or 2020,
Yeah.
we're getting at least 3, possibly 4 a year.
Ridiculous.
That's including DC and other properties. But
There is such thing as too much of a good thing.
Yep.
No matter what, there's too much of a good thing.
I mean, again, another thing we like to talk about is video games. Look what happened to Guitar Hero, man.
it's gonna.
They got to a point where it was 1, and then a year later they did, about 8 months later they did the 80s, they did 2, and then they did 80s,
yeah.
and then.
Well, let's be fair. Rhythm games in general faded out.
Ooh, yeah, but it was I solely blame that on Guitar Hero.
Well, blame it on whoever you want, but even still.
Yeah, because it got to a point where Rock Band hadn't put out a game for 2 years, and then they put out 3, and then they left that alone, and then it got to a point where we had fucking 3 Guitar Hero games in 1 year. I think 4 if you count the Van Halen one.
Yeah.
In 1 fucking year.
It's too much.
And then after that, they wanted to know why people didn't buy the next 2. Like, what?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Syndicate.
I
Syndicate
still haven't
looks
watched
fucking
it.
dope.
I can't watch it.
Oh, Syndicate looks dope.
You'll have to.
Because then you'll want to buy it.
I will.
No. It's the same fucking
But that's just the
cycle we go
feeling
through.
I have.
Yeah,
Is that the
it's-
trailer that came out recently?
Yeah, it's the
I
same.
watched some of it. I didn't watch the whole
It might be great, but
No,
like.
but it's the same. I'm telling you right now, it's the same cycle we go through every fucking year with an Assassin's Creed trailer. We watch it and go, oh fuck, oh man, it's gonna be fucking dope. And then it's like, it was alright. And it has nothing to do with. I guess maybe last year had to do with quality of the game. I think it has to do with expectation, and it has to do with what you and I specifically wanted out of that franchise. I hear people now talking about how, they're glad they got away from the Out of the Animus stuff, and who fucking cared about that. It's like, are you kidding me? That was the story of the game, you idiot.
They were building to one of the most epic stories in video games ever.
And then it's gone.
They could have, and it was completely.
They were
gone.
building to Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
that's what
God,
Assassin's
it's so
Creed 3
fucked
should
up.
have been Watch Dogs, but better.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah. And then Watch Dogs isn't terrible. It's just bland and
Yeah.
generic and sterile because it's a first game and a new IP.
It's no different. It's too much of a good thing. Telltale hit it big with the Walking Dead game, and now they're coming out with all these games that are trying to match that formula, and it's like, they lost me.
It's crazy, man.
I'm
'cause
out.
Back to the Future came out, and then before that was even done, they're like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And before Jurassic Park even came out, they're like Walking Dead. And before Walking Dead was even done, Walking Dead season 2.
The Walking Dead was really the one that kind of, to me,
That's the one.
They turned the corner with that one because Back to the Future, from what you're telling me, I didn't play Jurassic Park, and then Tales of Monkey Island, to me, were still in a lot of ways rooted in a graphic adventure game.
Right.
Whereas Walking Dead became
you're just talking about production.
interactive story.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah,
Walking Dead is
because now they're trying to duplicate.
Yeah, they turned the story in production with Walking Dead, and they also turned the corner in mainstream appeal.
Go back to you. Joe.
You're good.
She's a mountain goat.
So they turned the corner with mainstream appeal with Walking Dead, but there was a lot of people that liked their Sam and Max stuff and all that other stuff. And I think that's more people bought Back to the Future based on the Sam and Max and Tales and all that other stuff they were doing.
Yeah, she likes you now. She wouldn't let you do that every day.
Pick her up and move her around. But yeah, I don't like oversaturation in a lot of things, and it definitely takes awesome properties and awesome things and I won't say ruins them because I think that's a harsh word to say, but it definitely makes them less special and makes you want them less. But then here I am again talking about how awesome the Assassin's Creed Syndicate trailer looked.
I'm sure I'll watch it at one point or another, but it just like my first inclination is to just roll my eyes and not want to watch it.
Guys, they're finally going to London.
Yeah, I know.
But
this is coming from someone who liked Black Flag, but I think I liked it because I liked the pirate aspect of it.
Bottom line, it's Assassin's Creed. That's the other thing. It's just Assassin's Creed. Yeah, she does like me because I'm doing a lot of this and she's not flipping out. Did you see the other news?
What?
The new Need for Speed?
I heard rumblings of it. I didn't see it. I don't know.
They showed a trailer. It was like a live.
They did?
Actually,
okay.
On Thursday. I'm super pumped. It seems like they're taking the sensibilities of Most Wanted, which was basically a burnout game.
Yeah.
And making it it feels like a street racing game. Like they're going, like, remember how pumped we were when Metallica kept talking about Death Magnetic and how they were kind of like, we're going back to our roots. We're going back to our roots. It seems like Need for Speed is not necessarily going back to its roots, but it's going back to its roots that made Need for Speed the fucking juggernaut that it is now, which was the Underground series, Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2. And I love that stuff. I love the street tuners, and I'm a big fan of import cars, and also, I am fucking excited. They showed the teaser, and then the trailer, and then they'll probably have a lot more info at E3 in a couple of weeks. It's like 3 weeks away.
It's crazy.
3 or 4 weeks away. Let's see. Bethesda. Bethesda. They didn't confirm that Fallout 4 is going to be a part of their big publisher thing that they're doing, but what they did say is that Doom is going to be there.
Really?
Yeah.
A new Doom?
Yeah.
Huh. Is that the first that's ever been? No.
They've talked about it already. What game was it? A game came out, Wolfenstein: New Order. When that came out, if you bought that you got beta access to the Doom multiplayer.
That's right.
Did you get a good picture of it?
I got a few of them, man.
Okay. So yeah, I'm really excited about games right now, man. Like, I think I'm gonna go get Project Cars later tonight and play the fuck out of that. Cause I like that game. I like the idea of that game. I love driving games, and I've seen a bunch of people say like.
What are the reviews for that? Because I know there was so much hype with that game coming out, and that I know graphically it looked insane.
There's so many tracks in this game, dude. Like, I watched the quick look on Giant Bomb, and they were just scrolling through the track list. It's fucking gigantic.
I mean, is this something that could fill like a in between Gran Turismo void? Is it more like that style of game?
I think if this game, well, so here's the appeal for Gran Turismo to me is, and you know this because we've talked about this before, is I like driving road cars on these tracks. This is more of a like Grid or the Toka Race Driver series or I guess those are the only other two. Need for Speed Unleashed, is that what that was called? The one that was like the serious racing game that came out? The one that they had a forced trailer for it at the beginning.
Was it Unleashed?
Yeah, I think it was Unleashed. something like that. But yeah, so it's more like that. It seems to have a progression and a career. And Drive Club had kind of the same thing. Was like you start in these road cars, and then you move up, and you move up, and you move up. So it doesn't seem like there's car customization, which is the thing I love about Gran Turismo. Is I can take my Skyline and take it from a road car, well, it's a supercar, road car, to a touring car, to I can move that car up and not have to buy different cars or use different cars. So this game is definitely more of a structured. Here's these cars, here's these cars. They have open wheel and F1 cars, old F1 cars, new F1 cars. But from what I've been hearing about it, it's like it feels amazing. Like it's Daniel Dwyer said it's the best driving game he's ever played with a controller. Like it feels amazing. And he said that said,
I'm actually surprised you didn't go grab it day one.
yeah, well, I didn't know it was going to be any good yet. Like I had no context for it. I didn't even know about it until about 2 months ago when Johnny Bomb showed a trailer for it. Yeah.
See, I've known about the game forever because
it was supposed to be a Wii U game,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
And they were showing off the graphics for it, and this is before the Wii U became what it became.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those games where it's like, fuck, man. Like Drive Club, I liked what it did, and I know a lot of people will shit talk that game because of the way it launched, but down to brass tacks, that game felt really good driving. It wasn't better than Gran Turismo or anything. It wasn't better than Grid or anything like that, but it felt really good. And to hear like Daniel Dwyer say it's the best feeling game on a controller, and he goes, and I know he goes, this is kind of like I shouldn't have even said that last sentence because now I only play it at work because I have this like $500 racing wheel set up at work, and he said when I go home I can't even play on the controller now because I play with the wheel. But he has said it is the best feeling driving game on a gamepad. Which
it's actually been out for more than a week. It says the 12th.
Did it come out?
Unless Metacritic is wrong. I just was curious.
I thought it came out on Tuesday.
I don't know.
Like
Doesn't matter. Because either way, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, so I want to get that. And yeah, maybe it will scratch that itch to Gran Turismo 7, if that's even a thing. I think it's gotten to a point though where enough people are figuring out how to do driving simulators in an approachable manner that I'm never gonna get another Gran Turismo game the way I want one.
Yeah.
Because there are too many people walking the line. Forza walks the line, Drive Club walks the line. This seems like it's walking the line because it can be super hardcore simulation, but there's way too many assists that you can turn on to make it easier. The thing I like about Gran Turismo is I go in, turn off ABS, turn off traction control.
The challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, it came out May 7th for PC and May 12th for everything else.
Okay.
And Wii U, it still says 2015 on Steam OS.
But yeah, it seems.
Has it been reviewed on Giant Bomb?
No, they haven't reviewed it. I've seen a bunch of other reviews, like 8 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s, high scores, pretty high scores.
Yeah.
But I like driving games, and I give almost any driving game a shot. And one that's being reviewed so highly. There you go, get way cuter. One that's being reviewed so highly is a game that I'm super interested in, and I can't wait to try it.
The game, I'm not surprised, but I've known about that game forever, so it sort of surprised me when it's out, because that was starting to feel like it was becoming Chinese democracy, because I've heard about the game for so long.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Project Cars is fucking dope, man. I can't wait to play that.
What's the deal? I don't know if we just haven't played, is PS4 not really putting out many demos? I've noticed that, huh?
Nobody's doing demos anymore.
Yeah, they aren't. We used to always the demo's out.
Yep.
I just thought that's a realization I just came to now. I said maybe there's a demo up on
We went from this is the road we've gone down, man. Think about Nintendo. You go and buy a fucking $50 game, and it sucked. And you're like, fuck. Now I have to pretend to love this game. I have to tell myself I love this game because it was $50.
My parents aren't gonna go buy me that.
God damn it! And then you can move up like Super Nintendo, and on Super Nintendo you kind of couldn't go wrong. Like even like the licensed games in that era were good platformers or good versions of whatever they were. Like, we hit a stride in gaming in the 16-bit era where almost everything was good.
Yeah.
At the very least good.
Yeah.
And you move forward, man. That's 64, and like that console and PS1 and Dreamcast, Saturn. Yeah, had some great experiences, but by and large, man, games sucked on those consoles, and all you could hope for on Saturn and PS1 is a demo disc in a magazine. You couldn't hope for that on Nintendo. Then you get GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, and then demo discs are fucking everywhere with small chunks of any game you could want to play. You just gotta know where to get that disc. Then you get like PS3 and 360, and Xbox had this amazing thing where it was like, you have to ship a demo on our console. If you are a major publisher, you have to. It was part of their release clause in their contracts. And almost every game had a fucking demo for the first 4 years of that console. And then the last few years, developers who were starting to run that shit, because it went from like the console space is owned by the consoles to the console space survives only if we put games out on them.
Yeah.
And we're not doing demos, so fuck you. Like, and now there's no fucking demos because everything's digital. Well, you don't need a demo. Yeah, you still need a fucking demo.
It's not a matter of getting something digital. It's a
Yeah.
matter of getting to test drive something. It's like how you test drive a car.
Yep.
You know, it's a funny little, almost kind of a gray area because I guess you get enough. So I guess in some ways you get this. I'm like, you get trailers, and what else can you do with a movie than to watch it? But I'm saying it's not like you get to go watch the first 10 minutes of a movie and then decide if you're going to lay down your money. But there's enough clips that get brought to all those night shows and stuff to where, okay, that's enough. But yeah, of course, you're going to get a game. It's like, you should get some sort of an opportunity to find out, is this for me or not,
You know what I think is taking that up? And I think the developers and publishers have realized it. Like, are we going to put a demo out? No. Why should we? Why? Well, why not? Because Twitch.
Yeah.
And it's to a point now where if I want to see how Project Cars is, I can go to Twitch and find a streamer who has similar sensibilities about video games that I do and see what they think about it.
I've watched 2 streamers play The Witcher 3 all week.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Like I said, we talked a little bit about it last night. I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
I was entertained, like by watching it, and then I'm entertained by these streamers.
That's going to stop you from spending $60 the same way the features that Giant Bomb has done on Bloodborne is stopping you from paying $60 for it.
I've been watching people play
Bloodborne?
I want to play it. It looks so frustrating.
Every time I want to play it.
It looks frustrating to the point where it's like, this is the kind of game for someone who's competitive and acts really weird playing games, would totally flip out on it.
Yeah. It's a good streaming game.
Yeah.
It's a good streaming game because when you flip out, people like it. So every time I get the urge, like, fuck it, I'm gonna trade this shit in, I'm gonna go get Bloodborne. And I start gathering shit together, and then I look at my phone and I see, oh, thank you, Giant Bomb. Like, they started a new series this week called, they do the Breaking Brad series where he tries to get achievements or trophies. He's never gotten a platinum trophy before.
Yeah.
Ever. And so this week they started a new feature called Breaking Bradborn. And it's him trying to get the platinum in Bloodborne. He only has 2 trophies left to get.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he got one of them in the first,
Shit.
Oh my
the
god.
first part, the first video they
You
did.
think he's gonna do it?
Yeah, I think so.
And to do it with that game
Yeah.
is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So every time where I'm like, I need to go, I'm gonna get up, Alexis, let's go to GameStop. I need to get Bloodborne. And I look on my phone like, okay, Brad's gonna play Bloodborne. I don't have to go get it. It's like I need a fix, and then I get my fix.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daisy. I'll wake you up. You can put your teeth away.
Teeth right at the camera.
But yeah, it's so. As much as I enjoyed Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, I don't think I'm gonna buy Bloodborne because I don't want that in my life right now. Same with The Witcher. As cool as it looks, I think watching Daniel Dwyer play it on Twitch every couple of days is gonna make me go, I don't need to get The Witcher because it's not a game that's for me. Like,
Yeah, I haven't felt the need, like, it isn't something that I've watched so far and have been like, I really need to go get this.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I've only been half paying attention because a lot of times I like to just turn on Twitch and have it on in the background. It's nice.
I do that with the WWE Network.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just don't feel like it's a necessity. You remember how gung-ho I was about Bloodborne too. I was like, I'm gonna go get it.
I can see myself getting it at some point because I think I'd want to experience something like that. Yeah, The Witcher 3, like, I don't know. But yeah, you're right though, because there's these guys there's two guys that I watch with regularity. I'm sure there's others, but I
Right.
like Dan's Gaming and I like Boogie. And Boogie's now gotten way more into Twitch because I guess YouTube is changing the way people get paid on YouTube, and he is using Twitch now because he wants to ensure that that's what he does for a living. He wants to ensure that he says, I have more than enough money, and he says, you guys don't have to donate to me. He doesn't say I have more than enough money, but he said, like, I'm doing enough already as it is, but this is what I do. This is how I'm trying to have a future, and I'm just trying to ensure my future that I can still continue to live the way I've become comfortable living. Because Boogie's someone that's fucking almost 500 pounds, and DDP's trying to get him to lose weight of DDP yoga and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. I've told you about it many times.
Yeah.
So now he's doing Twitch way more aggressively than he used to. But
Most
yeah,
of his stuff was on YouTube.
huh?
Yeah, he was a
He's
YouTube
a
guy.
YouTube star.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And that he did Twitch.
I fucking hate that. It's a term.
Well,
I know you didn't mean it that way,
Yeah. Like he became well known because of YouTube, and then like
Personality.
he eventually would do Twitch, like every now and then. Now he does Twitch way more, and I like watching his Twitch streams. Are actually super entertaining because he comes on and he just talks to you too, and he's funny.
Yeah, he interacts.
He makes an ass of himself. Like he fucking sings "It Ain't Easy Being Green" in his Kermit the Frog voice just for the fuck. He's like, I'm gonna sing to you guys now, or I'm gonna rap for you guys now. Like he's totally well aware of his size and everything, and he does nothing but make fun of himself, and it's entertaining to watch instead of sometimes just watching somebody play a game and they're quiet for like 10 minutes at a time. He's constantly talking and saying stupid stuff. My point is yeah, it's gotten to a point where I follow these guys on Twitch, and any big release that comes out, I can almost count on the fact that they're probably going to be playing it.
Right. And it may not even be a thing where it's like, well, I like this guy because of his personality. Like I said, you can find someone that has Bryce sensibilities about video games,
Yeah.
and then if they play The Witcher and go, now this ain't for me, you can probably extrapolate and go, well, it might not be for me. And that might not be true every time, but you have a better idea of it. Like, that's the thing I like about Giant Bomb is, like, I trust all of those guys, and I don't have the same sensibilities as them when it comes to games, but there are some things that I can agree with Brad on, and
Right.
some things I agree with Jeff on. I know, like, well, if Brad likes this Infamous game, I'll probably dig it because I know he loved the first two.
Yeah.
And if he's let down by it, I'll probably be let down by it because he loved the first two like I did.
The thing too is also like whether they have your sensibilities or your mindset or not, you're still actually getting to sit here and watch the gameplay.
Yeah.
So even if it isn't someone that necessarily you have the same opinions on, you could watch the gameplay enough to.
I think the only problem I have with watching that stuff is like I don't get a sense of the feel because you.
Yeah,
don't,
that's true.
You know, but that's the only thing missing is you don't have a sense of feel. But hey, man, it's to a point where it's like Boogie or Dan's Gaming or any of these guys can have a thing on whether it's fucking Patreon or something on their Twitch account where it's like, if you donate a couple of bucks, we can do PS4 share play on it, we feel it and try it out. You know what I mean? Like, that's a gray area. That's a super gray
It is
area.
But that might be something we can do.
But like, that would be kind of cool. But we don't have access to games like they have, you know?
Yeah, we can. We could start.
But yeah, I think that's pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope.
Games Club.
Oh god, what did we say our game thing would be called? We said it a couple weeks ago and I totally left my
Oh
brain.
god, I
wanna
don't
say?
remember either.
No.
No, we
But
won't.
I'm just asking if you remember.
Because that's stuff that
It's
I
don't
want to start
remember.
doing in general.
But yeah, it's one of those weird things. Like, you don't get a feel for games by watching Twitch, but maybe you can in a roundabout
Yeah,
way.
you can.
know? But yeah, I think that's why there's no demos.
My important question is, because it's just kind of been coming up lately, is what are we gonna eat after this?
What?
What are we gonna eat?
I don't know.
I'm so hungry right now.
Like I said, it's up to you guys. I know where I'd like to take him. That's quick. Since I don't know what kind of time you have. You've been there.
I have.
Yeah.
I'll when we're done here, I'll find out what's going on.
No, but the whole thing with the Twitch, yeah, it's Twitch and YouTube, yeah, you gotta do their thing, but I see Twitch more. I mean, nobody's used it yet, as far as I haven't used it yet, but I don't know. I think Twitch is just a nice. I think it's one of the best places I mean, it is one of the best places for people to do their streaming. Because I mean,
We're
there's
doing
people.
this podcast on Twitch
Yeah.
right now.
I know. Because like I've subscribed to a few gamers on YouTube, but like their stuff is so long on YouTube, it makes me not want to watch it.
Yeah, there's something about
I'd
being
rather
able to
just-
just tune in to someone who's going live.
Exactly, tune in, going live. That's what I'd rather do than
Let's
watch.
talk about it. It's the same difference of, hey, Back to the Future 2 is on TV right now, and you just sit there and watch it. As
Or I
opposed
can
to
get my
pulling out the
DVD,
DVD
put
and
it
don't
in.
do it.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't mean you like it any less. It
It's
just
just,
means
it's,
convenience.
there's something weird about, it's totally what it is. You know? There's a lot of weird things like that, but that's one of them. There's something cool about being able to tune into something. That's why there's something comical, and we brought this up a million times before, about, fuck, what should I watch on Netflix? Oh, I don't know, the 70 things that are in my queue already, and for some reason I'm ignoring entirely and trying to see what else to watch. Like, for some reason, that's what we all tend to do.
I think Netflix, and I've said it before, I think WWE Network, I think they need a fucking random button. They need a fucking random button.
Yeah.
Netflix tried. Netflix has tried with the
With the
find me
maps.
something thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't fucking work.
No.
It's so funny because I tried
It's
it one day.
entertaining.
I was like,
They need a shuffle. Like if you want to watch, let's say something of your one of
But
your
at
favorite
least-
shows, just hit shuffle, and then when a random episode plays.
Yeah. At least WWE Network, though, has the option where you can just tune into, like, what's playing on the stream
Yeah.
right now.
we did that a few months ago with old Monday Night Raws that were playing
Yeah.
like this.
And it's like, bam.
And then it's like, oh, well, we watched this one. Let's go into the archive and watch the next episode. Yeah.
You guys can watch it together.
Yeah.
We just put...
We just play at the same time.
Oh, I thought.
And then we get on
Oh, party
chat.
chat.
And like we talked about before, the thing about WWE Network that they have that Netflix and other over-the-top services don't have is
A live
it's like
feed.
it's a live feed.
Live feed, yeah.
That's the same thing for everybody.
We got done watching NXT, and then we backed out to the home screen. It's like, Bryce, Raw from 1996 is on. Let's watch it. So we watched it, and then I was like, oh, I remember this episode. And we're talking about the episode, how we remember it. Like, let's watch the episode that happened after it. And then we started watching that one. And then,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. I think people who have the time to devote to having a consistent and vibrant community and group of people that watch them on Twitch, it's pretty awesome. I think when people complain about, "Hey, you just make money doing things on the internet, like, yeah,
Everybody does nowadays. So what?
But it's an old mentality of you're not doing anything.
No,
You're not working.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay, I may not be fucking lifting boxes, and I may enjoy what I'm doing, but
Enjoy
I have to
the
have
work.
I have to set aside the time to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like I just sit here and do nothing and money rolls in. I have to actually do
Right.
something.
And that's a fundamental problem that people that are from that old guard don't seem to realize, in that job is not necessarily supposed to equal your purpose or your happiness. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what it's supposed to be. Like, you're not supposed to justify your existence based off of how hard you've broken your back. You know what I
The
mean?
word
Like,
job has a negative connotation to it.
No, it does.
And it shouldn't.
Again, life is supposed to be, I've said this before, about experiences, and that's what it's for. And if you're able to get those experiences by just doing what you love and you get paid for it, that doesn't make you any less worthy than somebody who fucking is an attorney. And that's just the path that they took.
Aw, you're
That's
too
the-
small, Daisy.
That's the path that they chose. You know, so I can't stand people that want to say that. It's like, oh, yeah, I just made, you know,
I thought it was
some guy comes on and says like Boogie. I don't know how long he streamed for, but he basically, like, I think it was like 2 hours, and he said he thanked everyone for the donations, and I think he actually just has a counter of how much he got. And he said thanks everyone who donated, like $750 in 2 hours, and it's like, you're gonna shit on somebody for that? Like, he made $750 in 2 hours. Like, why do people care how you do it? Like, people just like to meddle too much. You know, who cares how
But
you
they don't
do
have-
it?
Well, no, it's
They have too much time on their hands.
it's not even that. It's you didn't do it the way I had to do it, so fuck you.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what it is. No, that's totally
yeah,
what it is.
when I started wrestling, like, there was a wrestling school 35 minutes from my house, and people would come in and from other areas that had gone to schools in other parts of the country, and oh, you have it so easy, and you guys don't care, nobody's putting out effort, and it's like, I had to leave my house, I had to leave home and drive 3,000 miles, and I went to this school, and I had to sleep in my car, and it's like, yo, I'm sorry I don't have to sleep in my car.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I can go home and wash my gear every night and I don't fucking smell like a goddamn trash can. And have some respect for my fellow trainees. I'm sorry that I live at my grandparents' house and I'm 18 years old and I can get here reliably every weekend. I'm sorry I've got it easier than you did, but that doesn't mean I have any less passion or I'm working any less harder than you had to work.
Because there's some unspoken standard amongst a lot of people that think that you're supposed to be miserable for a good portion of your life, and then you retire and you collect your retirement, and then you see the world.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah, I could never stand that mentality from people that came in. And there's some very prominent people that came in and had that mentality, and everybody was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. No.
It's just so funny we're talking about this. My uncle came over from my mom's side, and we were talking about working and all that stuff because, apparently my cousin went to live in I don't remember Saudi Arabia or something, and she made a ton of money over there, doing whatever, and she came back here, and now she doesn't have to work as hard or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got to me you should go over there and work so hard and make all this money, and you come back here, you don't have to worry about anything. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I don't. Well, first of all, why would I want to go over there? There's nothing out there.
Well, and second of all, it's not a prerequisite that you have to go over there to make you
well,
can tomorrow come up with some crazy microchip and make $1 billion, and so
she's a program.
So I think the issue is
But we were having that kind of thing, what we're talking about right now. We're gonna have the same discussion where you gotta work hard and you gotta do this and you gotta do that. And then I kept I guess hanging out with. I guess I kind of had that mentality, but hanging out with Bryce and you, Mike, it's it definitely has changed a lot more. Yeah. And I was kind of
started hanging out with you lazy fucks, and I realized.
And then I kind of spewed out kind of what Bryce is saying now to him, and he's like, no, you can't do that.
Who says?
Dan Reichert's dad, he does it in the funniest way possible. Because Dan always talks about, tough day at work today. Oh, talking into a microphone. He's like, Dad, you don't understand. We did our Game of the Year podcast. I was literally podcasting for 12 hours today. He goes, oh, I'm sorry you had to talk about video games for 12 hours today. Don't tell me about hard work. Yeah. And Dan goes, I'm not saying what I did was hard work. I'm just saying I'm tired after my day at work today.
And you got paid to do it. I think some of it is jealousy though too, or resentment.
Yeah, you didn't work as hard as I did, so you mean less than I do.
That huge pet peeve.
It's the worst, terrible mentality.
It is.
You found something you love doing.
Think how factory workers from the 30s and 40s during the Industrial Revolution feel about you pushing paper break in the print industry. You know what I mean? It's that mentality. You don't have to do anything. You just sit there and stare at
fucking boxes. They're not beams, but they're fucking boxes.
Yeah, but that's my point.
It comes down to me as one simple thing. You don't have to do anything to justify your existence. Yep. So fuck off.
Yep.
Just be happy. And do whatever you want to do that makes you happy.
Be like Daisy. Find a lap.
Be like Daisy.
Yeah.
Lay down.
This is what I do. All she wants to do is be in someone's lap.
Be an ornery little bitch, and then lay down in someone's lap, and then everything is okay.
She is the biggest lap dog. So.
Zoe is the biggest lap dog.
Well,
in size.
Size, yes.
I've seen Brian's pictures. She literally does this to Brian, and she's a fucking 90-pound rot.
Well, Brian can answer, but I'm sure Brian encourages her and ties her.
Yeah, I know.
Daisy will literally walk on your head and your shoulder and climb down you this way to get on your lap. She would.
That's great.
So, that's why we're going to take this podcast to bigger and better places.
Yep.
Was that a show?
I think so.
So that's the show. You can go to someshitwelike.com and you can find all our stuff there. Camera. You go to someshitwelike.com and find all of our stuff there. You can also follow us on Twitter.
Twitter.com/ isn't it?
Just add some shit we like.
Come on, Bryce. They're not using the internet.
Sorry. I'm just letting people know.
www.twitr.com//
Are we some shit we like?
Yeah, someshitwelike.com.
Yeah.
I still haven't bought the domain for SSWL Network, but whatever.
Twitter,
Flicking the
Facebook.
bean coming
So,
soon.
Flicking the Bean coming
Look
soon.
at the bean.
I might actually be shooting with him today,
Uh-huh.
depending if he ever
I'm
gets back to me.
I'm not even kidding. I think our goal on Flicking the Bean should be trying to get you to find a coffee you like.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I said, whatever it takes, I will come to your guys' houses if it makes it so we have more content. I don't care. Like,
Alright, so let's just end it now and we can
Yeah.
talk about it. So, until next time.
I hit a hole in one in GTA 5 last night. Suck it, bitches.
That's pretty awesome.
Your guys' reaction was fucking gold. Like I could hear it in you.
I like gas.
I felt like I was pretty damn close too.
Yeah.
I was just short.
When I wish you wouldn't have got so close because it would have been ridiculous if you weren't so close. But like, I hit the ball. Like I could feel like after Rick hit that shot, I could feel Bryce thinking, "Which fucking might be the hole in one?" Because like Bryce thinks shit like that all the time, and then like I could like off the tee, and then it hit, and when it hit, it didn't veer off. Like I could almost feel Bryce go, "Holy shit!"
Like I honestly had that moment where I was totally put like, is it real? Is it real? Like, cause it was just totally like, I sort of had a shot where it was panned out a bit. And so, like, all of a sudden the ball just disappeared. And then I'm like, oh fuck, it did happen. It actually happened.
I'll show you the video so you can see it from my point of view.
Okay.
Alright, nobody's watching. I'm just gonna turn the podcast off.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Alright, Daisy,
Alright, find out your
Take a
situation.
screenshot.
you gotta get up.
Find out your sitch. Decide if I can take you to this.
What?
What?
Oh, because
What?
the